Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We're live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thanks so much for joining. Hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Got a couple of announcements real quick. We're rolling to Senegal. We are rolling to Senegal here in about, man, it's already May 4th. I leave for Atlanta. I leave for New York on Friday. Oh, man, time is, it's already here. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Monifa. I see you, Monifa. But yeah, we're going to the Jazz Festival here soon. I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the Jazz Festival. We're going to have a great time in Senegal, eat the best food, some of the best food in the world. Again, eat some of the best food in the world in Senegal. We about to do that. Now, if you're last minute, you're like, Dynast, I want to roll to Senegal. Please visit Danfo.Africa. Please visit Danfo, that's DANFO .Africa to learn more. Again, please visit Danfo, that's DANFO .Africa to learn more. Yeah, so we're going to Ghana and Ivory Coast in November, Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival, Kenya in September, Sierra Leone in November, Zanzibar in September. That's where we're going. And, we're going to have a great time. Yeah, we're gonna have an awesome time. So if you guys are interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.da and look at that beautiful Zanzibar coastline. Look at that beautiful Zanzibarian coastline with the beaches and the weather and the water and y'all know all that good stuff. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So please visit Danfo.Africa to learn more. We will love to host you guys on one of our many excursions. Not many as a small, but many, a lot. We would love to host you. Come and join us. Let's have a great time. Eat some good food. And I'm looking at some of this combat footage. Yeah, here we go. Let's jump into it, y'all. This is, we've been having a debate on this. Is this a did they retreat or what is called a strategic withdrawal? I think that's how somebody was trying to justify it. It's a strategic withdrawal. So this is the so-called strategic withdrawal when Russia, our African court, who are supposed to be the allies of Mali, were getting the hell out of Kidal. And shortly after this, the president of I don't know if he's considered the president. I don't want to say junta leader, but the president of Mali met with the ambassador of Russia, called the ambassador of Russia to come and said, "Hey, why y'all running?" I'm sorry, strategic withdrawal. Like, listen, we giving you guys resources, we paying you millions of dollars. Nah, why you guys running? So for the most part, Russia had given up Kidal. And I'm not saying Russia or whatever you call it, African court, that they aren't doing, they're not fighting back. But the strategic withdrawal, it doesn't make any sense. And guys, so these drones are actually coming from Ukraine. So Ukraine, they have boots on the ground in Mali and are training the jihadists. Again, Ukraine, they have boots on the ground. They're fighting a proxy war in Mali, and they're training the jihadists. So everybody that was waving their Ukrainian flags, this is what Ukraine is doing. And hopefully, and from my understanding, I think Mali has regained the city, which is great. Which is great freaking news. But again, why would Russia withdraw in the first place? And there are rumors that Russia is actually trying to sell arms to the other side as well. There are rumors that Russia is trying to sell arms to the jihadists. They're playing both sides. That's what they all do. That's what they all do. They both play sides. They're playing both sides. That's what they do. That's what they've been historically known for. But with Russia, on the other hand, whenever the ish hits the fan, they disappear. Again, whenever ish hits the fan, Russia disappears. So that's similar to playing both sides. They get you amped up. Yeah, we're your ally. We're here. We're your comrades. Then when shit hits the fan, they're gone.
Allahu Akbar.
So there we go. But I got some good news. I have some good news. I want to say that the Malian army has retaken back Kidal.
Établir la confiance avec la population.
Pour les travaux aussi, pour tout ce qu'ils font à Kidal.
Ces patrouilles ont pour objectif montrer la présence de l'État, sécuriser les habitants et prévenir d'éventuelles menaces, rétablir la confiance avec la population locale, des objectifs visiblement atteints.
C'est pour donner au moins la confiance à la population de Kidal et que les forces sont là pour leur sécurisation et puis de leur donner la confiance qu'on est là pour eux, pour qu'ils puissent divaguer à leurs occupations. Au beau fixe, vous-même vous le constatez, vraiment les éléments sont vraiment dévoués, ils sont galvanisés, vraiment ça va.
À Kidal, les FAMA mènent des patrouilles en ville comme en race campagne, autant d'efforts qui rassurent les Kidalois.
La patrouille s'est très bien passée et c'est notre devoir régalien et nous allons le faire.
Après une journée bien chargée et une mission accomplie, la force d'intervention rapide rejoint sa base pour une pause bien méritée, car à Kidal, les femmes assurent et rassurent.
Pour le travail aussi.
All right, guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. Again, if you want to call in and add to the conversation, you are more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. Yeah, if you disagree, call in and say you disagree. Again, it's alleged. It's alleged that Russia's playing both sides, and I would not be surprised. And again, Russia's only doing enough so they can meet their end of the deal, so they can get the resources. Again, they're only doing enough. That's why it's going to be up to the AES, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali to deal with this the jihadist threat. It's going to be up to the AES to handle it. But guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the convo, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. Again, link is in the chat room. Well, Lion, call in and tell me, what is Russia's strategy? Again, call in and tell me what Russia's strategy is, since you know. Confirming my report, the FLA spokesman announced that a deal was reached with Russian African Corps elements in Kidal, which grants them safe passage out of the MINUSMA base. The Russian mercenaries can be seen withdrawing earlier this morning. However, the deal does not include the Malian troops still in the base who were abandoned by the Russians. I believe it. I believe it. All right, go ahead, Bandit.
Yeah. I didn't catch some of that last bit while I was getting on the stage thingy. But can you hear me well?
Yeah, it's like a little wind in the background, but it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm walking my dog. So
okay.
Yeah. I don't think it is true that Russia is playing both sides. I mean, they could be, for the resources, of course, but I think it's more playing against them, because you got to also remember that the terrorists they're fighting against, it's a no-brainer that they're being funded by France. and their war is originally with NATO. I mean, I would say
and Ukraine. Ukraine is they have
yeah. So I don't see what they're going to gain from that. That war where they're supporting Mali and stuff is to cut off France's resources from Africa so they can stop them from supporting Ukraine. So that's what I think personally. Again, I could be wrong. I've been looking more into it after the stuff that happened in Mali and all that, because my sister, she did an ancestry, and that's where my ancestors came from, or our ancestors came from. So, but it doesn't. I don't think it will serve Russia a purpose. If they want to play both sides, I think are they going to get any resources out of it? Sure enough, I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
But enough to play the part where they're undermining the Malian authorities. I don't think that would be a benefit to them to keep a war going you know?
Right.
So I think it would be more of a, since they're helping, I think they already have a deal with the millions to like have some part of the resources or something like that. I would assume that would be taking place.
Well, yeah, they have a deal, but I just they have a deal, but I think they're I think Russia's just doing the bare minimum to meet their end of the agreement.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can't say they're doing a bare minimum. I mean, again, I could be wrong because I haven't really looked too much at it. But due to the fact that this is connected to the war in Ukraine and stuff like that, I would assume that's what they're trying to do, because the Ukraine stuff was just pretty much backed by NATO, and NATO is funded by the EU and all this other stuff. So, I mean, that's what I got to say about it.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Africa.
Yeah, greetings, Dennis, and everyone in the chat. Thank you again for the good work. I mean, yeah, to be honest, everything that we see here most of the time is alleged. Because we're not really, as you said, we're not specialists. We don't do in-depth research. It's based on what we see and what based on our observations, right? Me basically, I would not put it past any of these Russia, America, Europe, all of them playing double agents in any form and any way. I wouldn't put it past them. If you study, you understand what geopolitics is. You know for a fact these people can do that. It's divide and rule game. It's always been like that since the world began. I don't blame these people. I blame African, government. I blame the African Union, which is the overall body for the continent, who actually watched the downfall of the Libya and all these things is happening now. So if Russia has played double agent, who's gonna blame them? They're just trying to make money. They're not coming into this game to just to be just to be praised. Say, oh yeah, look, we're Russians. We actually got more. This is not. There's nothing moral about this. It's all about money. You have to have a great IQ to see to read between the line. It's all about money. And Mali is a mineral resource country. West Africa is mineral resource countries, and we know critical minerals these are the age of critical minerals. These West African states, especially the Sahel, they sat on one of the highest deposits of so many things. So there's something at play. It's a good news that Kidal has been captured. Absolutely, the people can actually have freedom again. They can sleep at night. Because I've seen videos of where these terrorists, where the terrorists are living. The people actually are so angry at them. They're chucking bricks at the motorbikes, and they like really, really hate them. They actually really hate these terrorists. That's why I think they will never succeed in Mali.
Sorry for interrupting. Did you see the video where the terrorist was holding the camera up, like just balling out after he took the city, and then a freaking someone like a missile hit him or something like that?
No. But you see how the locals hate these terrorists, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
They hate.
I saw that.
Yeah, they hate them. They actually hate them. They're chucking bricks at them and say, "F off!" Like you're destroying our life. You're ruining our life. When people feel like that about the former groups, you would never succeed, man. Because they will never let you settle. They will always work against you, and that's the good news. And that is from that region in the middle belt of Mali and the north. People don't want them. The complete is a factual research that's been done. Because anywhere they go, they're so barbaric. They kill people. They cause too much trouble for the locals. They don't provide anything. These people have been suffering on their hands for so long. You must be an enemy to a black race to actually support these terrorists and actually have any form of sympathy towards them. And for anyone to come here and be against these people who are trying to fight, for the survival of their people, just show you have no clue, and you have no heart. It's pure narcissism. But yeah, pass the mic for now. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Babaluko.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give Mali their flowers. They did a great job holding. Was watching the Western media saying Bamako was surrounded, seeing 800 trucks rolling to Mali's, all the lies that the Western media trying to put on Mali. So I had to give Mali and the AES the flowers, because before I was like, where is the AES? I was kind of panicking, but the AES is there and they're on the ground. I heard the Niger is doing airstrikes and Traore is moving in with his ground troops, and it's gonna be clear out pretty soon. They tried to do a Syria style in Mali and it didn't work. So the Malians are not Syria, and they're fighting with the AES, and they're showing that's a powerful force now to be reckoned with. Regardless, I know it had to be an inside job for them to get that close, which they're wrapping up right now, and they're getting those traitors. Those traitors need to be hanging public. The next thing, I was watching the media talking about it's crazy how they works. Mali, they still talking about today. I'm still seeing France 24 talking about they're surrounded and all this stuff, and the Algerian president talking about Mali. He is the things that he's saying, like, he's a traitor, man. And Mali and the AES need to put their forces at that border. That border need to be strengthened. That long border there, that border need to be strengthened all the way out to Mauritania. Those two right there, with Benin and Ivory Coast, they need to do something with it, because I think those are the main guys right there. He wanted to be Azawad. Yeah, they need to build something right there facing that Algeria border.
Morocco did that. They built 10 walls against Algeria, so they couldn't drive any vehicles through. Mali do the same thing with Mauritania. Mali and Niger needs to do the same thing with Mauritania.
Yes, I agree. I agree. They need to do something there. He want that place to be Azawad. He really want that place to be Azawad. But because I heard him in another interview, I was doing some research. He's saying, "Oh, those people up there in the north, they really want to be more with us. But if they want to be more with us, give them the southern part of Algeria. Give them there. Why you carve off piece of Algeria and give it to them? Why they have to be in Mali? Give them Algeria." Yeah, son. So that's the problem with that fake. And I don't understand. I know Niger is doing deals with Algeria with the pipeline and all this. So I don't know how that's going to work with Algeria being a puppet and supplying this service. I don't know how the AES is with those three, but Niger is working with Algeria. I don't know what's really going on. I don't know if it's a tactic they're working on, but I don't really understand what's really going on there. Niger will have to shut down the projects ASAP, and because no, he's saying, but I just want to give Africa, man, this is a win for 70 years that I've never seen before. Shout out to Africa. Shout out to the Russian. I don't think the Russian is doing. I think the Russian know the total liberation of Africa is the death of the European. I think Russian know the total liberation of Africa is the death of the European nations because they don't have no resources. They don't have anything. They depend on Africa for everything. So I think they know. I think Russia them know. Listen, if we have these Africans, if we have these Africans, it's because Russia have resources. It's the other European countries that don't have it. Russia is the one who was supplying them gas and all of that. So Russia have. So I think Russia know. Listen, let's help them out. That's gonna weaken them, even fighting us, even supplying Ukraine with weapons and everything for us. We could help the Africans stop all this resources that's going out to the European, and that will even help us, which is a good strategy, I think, that's going on with the Russian donors. And I don't trust those. I think after Africa win this war against this imperialists, I think the war need to start to go to them sand people up, going to Nigeria and up there and all those puppet states. I know we got some Ivory Coast and all these people here on it, but the war need to. Well, after we deal with them sand people, we got to deal with the neighboring traders: Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Benin. These traders, they got to go. We got to do an Iran style on these neighboring countries that sit there. No, I'm serious. You remember Ghana. He was, when Muhammad became president, he was so happy. He invited Traore over and saying a fire in your neighbor's house, you got to put it out before it reaches to your house. He is all quiet now. No, he is so quiet. You can't even hear anything out of his mouth now. He's so quiet because you know why? Because he was part. I came here and I said they are planning something against the hell. Somebody, I think it was Sadid. Sadid said that's nonsense. I came here, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I said they are planning something against the Sahel and it wouldn't work. Sadid said, I'm talking nonsense. Now look at it. Now look at it.
You see, I don't blame Ghana so much because if you look at the size of Ghana military and other things, they're not really that powerful in terms of helping fighting these things. I think Nigeria is the biggest problem that we face. Even though Nigeria have their own issue, which I think is similar. And if Nigeria want to stop the problem in northern Nigeria, Mali is the root cause of most of this problem in Nigeria. You would have thought they would have been the first people to actually help when the president that was in Nigeria, who everybody accused of bringing problem in Nigeria, which is actually lies, okay, because he inherited most of this insecurity. When he was in power, he used to supply the Nigeria Republic military equipment in drones. He used to give them vehicles, weaponry. He used to help them out, and Nigeria managed to tame a lot of this terrorism, okay. Basically, and also he basically got involved in this military coups, right? But then when this guy came to power, the current president now, the first trip he started taking is to France, and this could he at the moment, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually in France. That's what I'm trying to say. Why is Tinubu still going to France all the time? When is the last time an African president, if an Anglophone African president, been given a state visit by a French prime minister?
I agree with you. He never visited his brothers. You never make bygones with your brothers. But you went France.
He never.
You never visited.
After that's all what I'm saying. Dramas, he never did. He never even. So this guy, and most of his wealth is in France. This guy he's been up to something before he became, Nigerian president. And I bet differ, and I had so many rumors.
It's a known fact.
Sorry?
He's a CIA asset.
Yeah, he just said it. The American government said it.
They already did the investigation. It's like he's been proven to be a CIA asset, and they all him and Syria and all of them, they all run to France like little puppy dogs. So it's pretty clear. It's pretty freaking clear that these terrorists are being supported by France. I remember watching on First Post. They had a spokesman for these terrorists talking on France 24 and all these other First Post.
Exactly.
Which was they're pretty much telling you. They're not hiding it. They're not hiding it. They're not hiding it. Yeah. Now they turned them from terrorists to jihadists to freedom fighters.
Exactly. Exactly. I
So,
know
yeah,
France
we
have a I know France have a no, in Kenya, it got 30 African countries that's going there to talk to Macron. They should be ashamed after what their brothers just went through. They should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm going to take notes of all those 30 African puppet countries that's going to sit down with Macron. Macron haven't done nothing in Africa. You're going to sit down with Macron. Take a look at what's going on in the Sahel. And y'all are going to sit down with Macron to discuss what? To discuss what? Like Africans leaders now, some of y'all need to be gone, man. Because y'all are really, really disgusting to see what's going on in your brother. See what France is doing, have terrorists on the national TV and seeing all this. You're still going to Kenya to sit down with France. This is why Africa don't progress. No way. And every other country, other thing, because we got to stop this nonsense with the white man going to save us. The white man is not going to save you. No way, no how. You're going to have to save yourself. France don't give a damn about y'all. Okay? They want to come and play games for your resources. Okay? So stop it. Stop this nonsense now. That's what I'm saying. The Sahel, the AES have to do an Iran style on the puppets after everything is clear. Because they are the problems. The puppets in Africa are the problems that's going on in the Sahel right now.
Yeah, we definitely agree with that.
Yeah, the West got something on them. That's the issue. Because I remember I was listening to that interview with Ibrahim Traore, and it was I don't know, it was with that freaking Sudanese chick that was on there too. They were all doing the interview, and he was talking about how he was talking to other presidents, he was doing a good job, and he explained. He says the reason why a lot of them are following them is one is because all their money and funding is in Switzerland or whatever, and when they try to take it out, they can't do it. Two, they have stuff on them like Epstein type stuff, like they've been having them doing some like crazy stuff. And three, it's like really because they really can't do anything because they have opposition right there, like at gunpoint. So a lot of them, even some of them that were bad, like they don't really have a lot of power that they say they do.
See?
So
I mean, it's just it's a funny one, isn't it? Because Algeria, they were the first people who were saying, if you invade Niger Republic, we're gonna back them. Remember that time when ECOWAS was gonna invade Niger Republic?
You know why?
No.
You know why? Because the reason why they're doing it, from what I'm saying, is it's not because they're necessarily friends with France, but they want to be liberated from France, but they want to have control of resources, and they don't have that much resources. So their only goal is to support Oswald, because Oswald is where northern Mali is where they have all the
exactly.
I was gonna say that, but someone came on the comment section. He just came one step ahead of me. It was a pipeline. The thing is, Buhari negotiated. He did this pipeline deal when he was in power. Because of the Ukraine war was going on. And don't forget, okay, this is reality. This is how you got to see how dangerous this current Nigerian president is, right? The last Nigerian president managed to help Dangote to build this refinery. And that, if you notice, since that refinery was built by the Chinese and the Indian, okay? Remember, they sabotage the steel company in Nigeria, the Ajakuta, they make sure that it doesn't happen. But the guy thought, you know what, I'm going to make sure before I leave my legacy, number one, I'm going to make sure Shell stop exploiting that Niger Delta and taking all the oil, unrefined, refine it and sell it back to us. So Dangote, the money was there, and he put certain amount of the Nigerian money in there. So he managed to build that refinery, which is one of the largest refineries in the world. And then he said, instead of obviously we continue with this, we'll give you the pipeline, we'll give you gas. Okay, so that is the pipeline that he negotiated, to have to Niger Republic and Algeria into Europe, to counter the Ukraine war. And then boom, that's what Algeria was protecting. But we know for a fact, from you to know the current president is not, his heart is not in the good place for Nigerian businesses and the current Dangote guy. When he came to power, he basically was almost kind of bullying Dangote how he's going to buy and sell his oil, and he's trying to make condition on the guy. Dangote is like, I'm going to minute. This is not the arrangement I had with the previous administration when this refinery was getting built, and then they had a massive protest and bad government, and he had loads of pressure in Nigeria. He bowed down, and he was having a lot of pressure in Niger Republic with the ECOWAS. So he's an agent.
So are you saying the Nigerian government do not help him out?
The last government, Buhari helped build that refinery with Dangote. Okay, and he faced loads of opposition from the West, about that refinery, because remember Shell and loads of American and loads of other European companies take oil from Nigeria, unrefined, and sell it back to Nigeria. They sell the dirty fuel back to Nigeria.
The ECOWAS thing, and that's why France got involved when they said they were going to form the ECHO and stuff. You don't remember that?
No, that's one of them. That's what. Yeah, that's one of the. Buhari also wanted the ECHO. That was his second move. But obviously we know Alassane Ouattara, the guy in Ivory Coast, then he got cornered by France. And the thing is, France always had problem with Nigeria based on their local policies with West Africa, because they know if Nigeria have a foothold in West Africa, as they become a strong country, most of these francophone countries will be trading internally, with the ECHO and with their big brother instead of dealing with France, and that's a big threat to them.
That's why they're trying to make. That's why they said they had to print the ECHO.
Your line is really bad. Yeah, your line is bad.
Oh, my line is bad.
Yeah, your line is really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Well,
yeah.
So Africa.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is going to be, because I know you guys know a lot. Once the AES changed their money, right, and the ECOWAS changed their money, because it will be a problem here. What's going to happen? Because if ECOWAS have a different money to the AES, how is that going to work in West Africa?
It will work. To be honest, it will be a good thing. We can actually buy. They could have it if they have a stronger currency. We could be the people that sell to them, because the Sahel region, it's one of the fastest growing population in the West Africa. They need a lot of items, and if their currency, to be honest, it would be good for their currency to be actually more stronger than the coastal regions. For that reason, because you remember the cost of importing stuff, from the far west or from the coast to the inner land. If they have a weaker currency and weaker economy, they're going to pay a heavy price. You see, so and I can see the coastal region becoming more industrialized in the future, and the interland economies become more mineral based economies, if that makes sense. Right.
Okay.
And that's how I see it, because the coastal region can be, and they're more productive already. They are more industrialized anyway, and the internal region, like the Sahelian areas, they have loads of mineral resources. They could rely on minerals, processing and stuff like that. But yeah, it'd be good for us to have two currencies, as long as it's two strong currencies, not too many different currencies. I think it'd be fine. Eventually, you can imagine. I mean, Europe have, at the moment, I don't know how many currencies they got. They probably got less than 4 or 5 currencies, but they're still trading with each other. So there's a possibility, So I think it's still possible. I just think the coast and the inland need to have two different type of economy, and I think that will work as long as they work with each other. That will make sense. But brother CD, I just passed the mic to him. Yeah, thank you, Baba Lika. CD, howdy, buddy?
Hey, hi everybody, man. How you doing?
Yeah, the body fine.
Okay.
Now, CD, now you turn.
You go ahead, CD.
Yeah, so my turn on the situation in Mali right now is, I was listening to the news today. I think the Malian government have started, adopting some people, arresting them, some Malian citizens. They think they are sympathizer of those terrorists. So they arrested a lot of people today. And it seems to be is when that happens most of the time, people with if you arrest people, family member like that, people will definitely start to turn against the government. I don't think that's the right way of doing it. That's very dangerous situation, or some of the people that are criticizing the government of handling the situation. So they go, they arrest them and they get missing. So their family member don't even know where they are. Yeah.
Which
So
news do you watch, cities? What news
No,
station do you watch?
I've seen that. I've seen that. There's about 5 people who that they think have, they've been plants in there. It's gonna happen, especially in the military regime. To be honest, yeah,
that's
I
yeah.
think Goita is not as stable, it's not as secure as the other two. Based on what I'm saying, and to be honest, I've always had this at the back of my mind that he's not as stable as the other guys because remember he overthrown a guy that was very popular in the country, Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. From the north to the south, to the east to the west, he was very popular. And even you yourself, you mentioned that even Alpha Conde in Guinea was totally against the coup, and some of the brothers, and the thing is, Mali is a very complicated country when it comes to those things because there are a lot of people around the region that will catch feelings about little thing that happened in Mali because it's the soul of our people. That country is very dearly to us. In the coast, on the coast, we all came from. Have connection to it, and politically, linguistically, historically, in different ways. But I'm not surprised that there are planting there. Anytime you have because this is a coup, okay. Anytime you have a coup, you're gonna have insiders who are collaborating with the people who try to take him out.
Yeah,
So don't be surprised.
Africa's civil war is always like that. When it happens, when the military start getting more pressure, they will start arresting ordinary citizens. Or right now, there's a lot of people that are crying that Ibeka should come back, right? When Ibeka was in
Yeah.
power, the situation was now worse like this. So when they overthrew Ibeka, I think Alpha Conde, I think he was the chairman for ECOWAS. He wanted Ibeka to come back, but Ibeka said, no, he's not going to come back. He doesn't want the leadership. Let the military try if they can handle it. So that's why people are saying in the street of Bamako right now that we are far better off when Ibeka was here. Hey, I'm not taking sides. Sometimes when you tell people the truth, they'll say, oh, yeah, against 8 years. This is not about 8 years. This is the experience of people. It's almost like everybody were crying that Joe Biden should get should leave power, should leave power now. He more being quick on changing. People change very quickly, You
Yeah,
see
but
some MAGA people now going
but
against Trump.
but
So
City, wouldn't you agree? If you are allowing France to take your raw materials for nothing and make deals with the Azawat in Nigeria, do you think you would be more famous because nothing? France is not going to set up any terrorists to come to your country.
we
So of
know
course,
France. Yeah, we know very well France is stealing, is taking the resources.
yeah,
That's the
that's why they like
reality
him.
that we all agree on that fact,
Yeah,
right? We all
Right.
agree. But the thing is, Russia also, you cannot trust Russia, right? Why would the Russian free this guy, Victor Bao, that was arrested in Thailand? He was an arm dealer, right?
Mm.
This
Mm.
Russian guy was arrested in 2011. He was sentenced in the US. He was arrested in Bangkok, Thailand. They sentenced in the US for 25 years. But because of
Mm.
a prisoner swap, were breaking right now, the girl that played basketball, the exchange call with this Victor guy. That's how he got free. So now this is the guy that analyzing the situation of what is going on in Mali. He's an arm dealer. He been selling arms since in the 90s. He was selling arms to Charles Law. He was selling arms to Fudi Sanko in Sierra Leone. He was selling
Was it
arms
Ukrainian?
all over
Uh,
Africa, South America,
yeah.
Middle East, even to the
Mm.
Hutus rebel. Right, he's a huge big arm dealer. Russia makes a lot of money in terms of selling arms. Why would Russians
Mm.
even go in that for Mali? You have to analyze the situation. Russia economy is very, very small. They make money by selling weapons. That's why AK-47 is so cheap. Anywhere there's a war, it's cheap to put your hand on AK-47. Where AK-47 come from?
CD,
Russia.
are you saying Russia wasn't supplying the whole of Europe with gas?
I'm not saying
no, because you said it's a very small
situation.
dealer. We gotta be I deal with facts here. We dealing with facts.
They're supplying Europe gas. That's why you can't trust the Europeans. That's why Trump told them that you guys talking against Putin, right? You say Russia is not real. Why up to this time you're buying gas from Russia?
Exactly.
When that stopped, Trump asked them, you're the Europeans, every day you're crying that Ukraine, we should put stop to Ukraine war. And now you're still buying gas from Russia.
The only thing
you cannot trust white people. You cannot trust these people. They all
exactly.
What did France did recently? France undermined America to go to the Strait of Hormuz and then negotiated with the Iranian for their ship to pass through. Right? So how you going to trust it? Russians are known for selling weapons. They're selling weapons to the both sides.
Yeah, they do. They have done that. They have done that in the past, and I said that in the past, and I did. Waliko, the reality is yes, these people are not. These people are traders. Okay, they out there to make money.
And Russia is the most racist country that you ever visit as a black person.
Yes.
I will tell you this for fact.
However, they have always came to the core of the rescue. If you go back to history, doing colonialism, doing the fighting for independence and stuff like that, they always answer to our calls and against the people that we have, we call common enemies in Africa. We cannot, forget that also CD because, we know most of the weapons that we use, to gain independence in Africa, they came from the Russians.
And CD, who was supplying? You got to look at the broad things too, CD, because when people are watching, right? They are watching. They're seeing America take Maduro. They're seeing Russia going over there and help. They're seeing America blockade Cuba. They're seeing Russia going in and jump gas and give them oil. So the narrative, the West is playing into the hands of the Russian and the China because everybody is seeing that China and Russia are helping these people while other people is trying to take their stuff. So that's what people are seeing.
You know what America is doing with Russia? They use Russia as a threat to gain more power in Europe. Russia is not a threat to any of these countries. Russia cannot match with the American power. Let me tell you this. They use it as a scapegoat. They will tell the German that if you don't let our military bases,
so you're making now you got the point, right? So you understand what we're trying to say,
right? If you don't let our military bases to be in Europe, Russians will take over.
Russia is going to come after
How many years Russia be fighting Ukraine? They can't even take over Ukraine, right? They do the same thing with the Southeast Asia and all the Asian countries. They will tell them North Korea will take over Japan. They will take over South Korea if we don't build our military bases.
Yeah.
South Koreans are starving. They can't even afford food to eat. These are the people that can fight America. So they use all these countries as a scapegoat to build their military bases.
Yeah, they have, and yeah, I agree
that's
with
all
that.
they're doing.
You cannot underestimate these people. You cannot underestimate a madman like Kim Jong-un. Remember, these guys have missiles that going to reach here. These guys is not going to sit down there and make their countries end up like what Iran and these people is going to fire. And I believe they're going to fire the missile too because they're not going to sit down there and say, no, we're not going to be bullied by this country. We're going to teach them a lesson. And let me tell you, everywhere you go, even in school, you should know, City, the bully always bully people until the little one knock him out. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful messing with some of these people. I'm telling you, America and these Western people got to be careful one of these days because they keep doing this stuff because nothing touches their soil. Nothing comes to the soil. But the day stuff go to their soil, they're going to recognize, oh, shoot, we need to stop this. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, CD.
Okay, and I understand that. Okay, look, every rebel war that I've seen, every civil war that I've seen, to give people a chance to have a technical withdrawal from your troops from the terrain, from the territory that you control. That should alarm me. That should alarm the Malian that something is not right. Right?
The only thing, CD, yeah, I agree. The only thing, CD, right, we need to find an internal solution to our problems, because most of the problem that we're facing is most of the time internal issue that more than external. Like, it's an external issue, but we let this problem boil in for so long to the point where we need one of the victims need outside help. You see, and that need to stop. You know, whether it's to do with marginalization of another group, or it's tribalism, or it's religious differences, and stuff like that. We are, we need to. There's in fact people didn't realize there's actually still caste system in those Black African countries after we've been through slavery. It's like we need to fix our own home. We need to fix our home, and we've been going through this stuff for a while. Yeah.
I don't want us to think that war is only in Africa. There's war in everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Right?
But
sometimes the way we marginalize Africa to say we the people that are fighting war.
But we cannot afford
the situation.
We cannot afford a war. That's the reality. We can't afford a war.
Exactly.
The money that we're spending at the moment,
it's a waste.
It's the money that's needed to be spent in developing, the nations, and avoid, tribal differences, and avoid these religious differences. Because if you look at most of the research that's done in Africa, most of this conflict that we have is all to do with poverty. It's all to do with poverty. Most of the time, it's because people are not educated enough. Communities are not living enough.
The weapon that these people are using to fight. Have you seen the American-made weapons? They can't afford it. But Russia will make cheap weapons to sell it all over the world, just for people to be
and also war. Look at the amount of weapons that jihadists carry. Look at how they train to use it, and look at how much effort is been made. We know these dusty ragtag jihadists that can't even afford to feed their family. We know they don't have money to buy AK-47 rifles. We know they don't have money to buy those pickup trucks. Even the average middle class man in the cities in Africa cannot afford to buy a Toyota Land Cruiser.
These are all Russian-made weapons. These are all Russian-made weapons.
The jihadists are using Western weapons, French,
yes,
and so on. You see,
that's true.
So this is the problem we face in CD, and also why is this happening? You said no for a fact. Like, for example, a lot of in Mali, they have loads of tribal communal problems. They have loads of differences in Mali. This has been boiling underneath the surface for years before Gaddafi got killed. And then the Tuaregs, they feel like, oh, okay, the funny thing is we abandon other groups of people, and while we feel comfortable in our own zone, and this group of people are watching us, with like evil eyes, and once they get the opportunity, they want to knock us out of our own comfort chair.
These are all Obama's fault. Obama was the one that caused all of this trouble.
Yes.
I would say what Gaddafi used to call him what? My son. Gaddafi has so much love for this guy, right? They made Gaddafi to abandon his nuclear weapon. What they did, they fooled him. They spoke to him and said, abandon nuclear weapon. Do not mess around that. Immediately when they stopped Libya from producing their nuclear weapon, it just when they attacked them. That's why Iran is not giving up. This is what they did to Gaddafi.
We are always our own enemy.
Exactly. Always our own enemy.
Yeah. And that's the reality. And we never had a united. When's the last time American president actually involved in that much military, invasion in Africa?
No, but which African country has Trump visited? Can anybody tell me?
No.
Since Trump president, it's 2 terms. Which African country has Trump ever visited? But he fighting for Christians. He fighting for Christians in Nigeria. This thing is a joke. This whole thing is a big joke.
I know.
We sit there and watch these people come in with the military. No, man.
You know what they did to Gaddafi? There was one French president, he's called Sarkozy, right? Gaddafi gave this guy $54 million to run campaign for him to become president in France. Right. This is the same guy that went after Gaddafi. He gave him all the resources to win election in France.
Anthony Blair, our former prime minister.
Hey guys, we got a new caller. Let me pass it to Superior African. Go ahead and mute yourself.
Yeah, everybody, how y'all doing, man?
Good.
Yes,
good.
Yeah, Daniel, how you
good.
Is this Bang?
Yeah. I'm gonna stick to this name. I'm gonna stick to this name. No, this one, man. I'm gonna stick to this. You see, you can tell Dynas, man, he's one of us, man. Because you see how he pronounces it? Super Africa. That's why I put the A next to it. Because, you know, in Sierra Leone, we say super. So Dynas, man, respect to you, man. You pronounce it the exact way that we pronounce it, you know, back home. You know, but hopefully your president starts doing great things, man, for us, man.
But that's not Salou, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Respect to
Dynas. Now, Mende cousin now.
Yeah, respect to Dynas, man. I just want him the next couple of years, man, for him to be a massive say in number 2 beach. Because that place is beautiful, man. That place is beautiful. Dynas, you do deserve some type of control over there, man. You 100%.
Do you know why I actually wish Dynas came to Sierra Leone before the war, before that country was destroyed?
Man,
I actually wish he could have been there before the war. Honestly.
Africa. You know, right? All those places, right, was complete bushes.
Yeah.
Like during the war, after the war, all those places was bushes. So all those houses, Dynas, you see out there, go all the way to like the private house that the former president bought. You know, the gated community. All that was bushes. All the way to like to that beach. Every single one, you know, was
Freetown was absolutely stunning. It was one of the most beautiful cities in the world,
man. So man,
you know, it was like well reserved. Well, the areas that are built up, it's just unique. Yeah,
man, Dynas, man, you could have bought a land for nothing. My father did. My father bought a land as soon as the war ended, super cheap, super cheap, man. As soon as the war ended, my father bought a land. Those places were super cheap, but now, man, for you to get a land, oh my God, it's very expensive, man. So that's why, you know, sometimes, man, people forget what 20 years does, man. If you're not well connected to, you know, what's going on around the world, you're gonna miss out a lot. You're gonna miss out a lot.
Yeah,
you're gonna miss out a lot. But people that do, you know, well in tune to the world, and then, you know, they take out their personal, you know, interests as well, and then just take advantage. But then it's, man, I wish one day you could have a nice restaurant or bar around that area.
Have a beach bar.
Yeah, then Lunge Beach, Lumley Beach as well. Aberdeen, Aberdeen Beach. Yeah. Oh man, that place is beautiful too, man. One day, man, if we could kick out some
Dennis, have you seen what they done to Leicester Peak? Dennis, can you hear me?
He's not next to his phone.
Yeah,
he's away. Yeah, but anyway,
Leicester. Have you seen Leicester Peak, Bang?
Nah. Man, I don't like a lot of things
the vice president.
man.
No, the vice president. I know, but it's the vice president just inaugurated new place up there, bro. It's like a first class place, man. It's beautiful, man. From there, you can see the whole peninsula.
Africa. Anything that you know in Sierra Leone, I don't care who owns it, as long as it's owned by, you know, one of us.
It's a government. It's a government.
As long as it's owned by one of us.
Yes, but it's just nice. It's a new construction, and you know, it's a good place. It's up by it's up in Leicester Peak anyway.
Yeah. So as long as it's owned by one of us, man. But like Aberdeen Beach over there, especially Aberdeen Beach, man. That place is mad. Oh, man, when you go there at nighttime, the breeze that hits you, man, the ocean, the water, you just relax, man. You just relax.
Well, Sierra Leone is the best country.
Like during the day.
Freetown is the best city in Africa, man. Before the war, it was.
You just go there and relax, man. You just go there, the breeze, the ocean water.
CD, you've been to Sierra Leone before the war, right, CD?
Yeah. Cities have been to Mani Hotel, been to Mani.
Oh yeah, that's in Lumley. That's in Lumley Beach. Been to Mani. Lumley Beach.
And one thing about Sierra Leone too, when you know during the year end, I mean, for New Year and Christmas, they all travel back home. They love doing that.
Yeah. December, we all go down there.
Yeah, they never miss December.
But Babaliko, you're from Jamaica, yeah?
Nah, man, I'm from Trinidad.
Trinidad, okay. We have Afro Caribbean festival we have Afro Caribbean festival every year. So people from all over the Caribbean come down, and they have like a week party, bro.
Where?
Freetown.
Oh,
okay. Okay. Yeah, but that's it, man. I'm there. I travel, man. Wherever you guys want, man. I travel. I meet people. Yeah.
Man, Trini with that soca music, man. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. You know.
Man, I'll give it to the island people, man.
I like Trinity. Island people.
Anytime. Before Afro beats, anytime we wanted to have fun, we look for a Caribbean spot.
But Sierra Leone culture is really
have fun.
Sierra Leone culture is maroon culture.
Man,
it's maroon culture. No, I'm saying our culture in Freetown is maroon culture from Jamaica. It's the Jamaican maroons that brought the culture.
Yeah. I know the maroon. Yeah. You're right.
The maroon. Yeah.
Anytime me and my friends wanted to have real fun, we look for Caribbean spot. We look for Caribbean spot.
For real. Big up.
We don't care. When it was hip hop, we said, nah, we're not going in it. We go to the Caribbean because we know when we enter that spot, right? The girls gonna be ready. The energy gonna be right. Because before
Sierra Leone is the most liberal country in the world. I really like Sierra Leone. It's a very beautiful country, and they don't have a travel problem too. Sierra Leone war was not caused because of travel situation.
Or religion.
And then you also see people going to church at the same time go to mosque. They call them Muslims.
We're Christmas. We're Christmas.
It's a very liberal country.
That's why you see that's why you see me Africa. We don't insult Christians. We don't do that. Because we're not trained to do that. If you're not trained to do something,
it's against our culture.
Into your behavior.
Yeah. So Bang, you feel the same way about Russia too? Like you feel like what you think about? I didn't hear your opinion on Russia. Do you think what you think about Russia being over there in Mali and stuff in the AES?
I mean, listen, if it wasn't because at the end of the day, right? If your country has been dismantled for the past 20 years, right? And then when I say dismantled, there's no standard. There's no standard when it comes to like respect the military, development in the country as well, right? So which means your military is gonna be weak. That's just how it is. So then when you do want to fix your country, you have to align yourself with people that's gonna help you out, that's gonna treat you fairly and equal. So to me, I think Russia are providing great things that the Malians need, especially when it comes to military. When it comes to intel, when it comes to weapons and all these things. So you need these things for you to defend your country. That's just how it is. If you want to go against the foreign entity, you got to defend yourself military-wise. That's just how the world operates, in life, man. Honestly speaking. So by Russia providing them, all these weapons and all that, because without Russia, in my view, or China, to a certain extent, Turkey. These men can't really defend their country the way it's supposed to. So to me, Russia is playing a great part in it. Because if you look at, let's just say, what we had in France over there in Mali, right? When you dig the ground in France, what do they have?
Nothing. Nothing.
Exactly. So which means what France need these countries to be under them. And to me, any black person that comes in and try to twist it, that person is some like you understand me, right? Something not right with you. But even if you defend France openly. Don't try to disguise it. Defend France openly. Just say, well, let France do what they want to do, and at least we could survive, different way. But don't come up here and act like France does not depend on these countries. France wasn't exploring these countries. That's what I don't like. Because this perfect example, look at Niger, right? With the so-called Union, right? Niger, France was taking out,
All right, guys, we got a new caller. Uche Awo, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay.
Uche Awo, unmute yourself.
Man,
Uche going once, going twice. All right. I'll go ahead. Guys, hit the like button. Please hit that like button. Make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Go ahead.
Now I got I got my one kind of issue.
Yeah. You know, France did not build a nuclear reactor for Niger for over 50 years. But France, benefit nuclear reactor and then sell, the energy to other countries as well in Europe for over 50 years. And then 90% of the country was completely dark. Completely dark. How can you still defend that? How can you still look at yourself and try to tell these countries what to do when France had everything to build with that, help that country at least to sustain themselves? France refused to do that for over 50 years. How can I come in and then tell these people, oh, you need France? France had the opportunity to treat these people at least respectful. France chose not to. For over 50 years. 90% of the country was in darkness. Imagine that. Who am I? I live in a Western country. I go home, I flip the switches. Man, come on, man. That's what I don't understand. But
I think Ben, what you're saying is true, but sometimes it depends on individual leadership, right? You have to know what you can negotiate with France. France will always come to exploit Africa. We know that very well. But at the same time, if they know that you are a very smart leader, then they will take different steps toward your country, right? So that's very, very important. But if you have a dumb president that has no idea what he's doing, you will always try to use that country to exploit him.
Right?
Do you know what? Sorry, guys. Do you know what? This is with the French band. With the British, right? The British people, they don't trust the French. They don't like the French. They're one of the worst people. But when they talk about French, they don't even want to hear it. And their neighbors. For some reason, there's something about the French nobody likes. They're very cunning characters, they're very exploitative characters. They're not easy people to like. The UK pays France millions of pounds every month. We pay these people millions of pounds every month to stop refugees crossing the channel to come over here in the UK. And guess what they do? They give these people dinghies to cross and come over here. You can never trust the French people, man.
No.
You can't. These are not easy people to deal with, bro.
City, are you saying African presidents cannot read and write? Are you saying African presidents don't have degrees?
No, but what he's saying,
for example, right? That's why we need some sort of stability, right? Let's say, for example,
but the way you put it, as if regardless of that, let's just because I'm tired of the way you're trying to put it. Let's just say the leaders are, slow or whatever it is, right? But if I'm benefit of your resource, right? That's energy that power my country for years. Common sense, right? As a respect, isn't that supposed to at least build some type of nuclear reactor for you as well?
Yeah, but
can you tell me one
example? I'm trying to give you an example with Senegal. What really happened in Senegal? If you look at Senegal,
if I go to your house every day, let's just say once a week, right? You invite me, my wife, and my kids, right, to come eat every week, right? Once a week, right? Constantly. And then I have never invite you to come in my house and have a dinner. Would you truly consider me as a friend that have respect for you?
No. This is what Meloni said, the Italian Prime Minister, and she's the most right wing.
All right, let me tell you what happened. The example is Guinea, right? So the Alpha Conde, he fight his whole lifetime fighting Sewoture to be a president. So when he came in power, he realized
Lassana Conte.
No, Alpha Conde. Alpha Conde.
But he was fighting last. He was fighting Lassana Conte.
Yeah. He was fighting Sewoture first. So he spent all his life in France. Yeah. He being an old politician. So when he came into power, and then he realized France was, exploiting his country. He went against the French, right? So what they did, this liaison officer that came to fight, terrorism, they used this guy to overthrow Alpha Conde, right? Now, Guinean president, right now he got some, problem with his head. I think he's got some cancer. He's dying slowly. He got cancer, right? But what France did, they told this guy to close down all the media. He's struggling now with his health. He's about to die. But France is there just exploiting the country, taking the country mineral resources away, right? But if you was some sort of stability in Guinea that they couldn't mess up with the democracy, like what happened in Senegal, what was there, they tried to do the same thing with what brought in the Chinese and the Turkey to start working with them. So you always want to have alternative from the French. But in order for you to do that, you have to have a stability in your country. If you don't, they can easily destabilize your country. And that's what Guinea is going through right now. They overthrew Alpha Conde, they brought this crazy guy, and he's dying right now, and the country is going down the drain,
No, I
So,
disagree with that, CD, because based on my personal experience and speaking to people in Guinea,
mhm.
they're saying this guy who is Dumbuya, what they're seeing, what he's doing, they never seen it in the country for a long time. They haven't even never seen it, in fact. The guy is building roads that never been there. He's building one of the biggest. He's actually currently constructing a hydroelectricity dam,
Okay,
from the
okay.
river. Okay, well, let me just finish. That is
Mhm.
going to supply the entire Guinea plus electricity 24 hours. Most of the companies that are actually mining in Guinea are not French companies. They actually, I think I break it down the other day with you, Bang, didn't I? Is actually the Chinese, who are Boa and another different companies, but the French are not really that
But
involved in the
Africa,
Okay,
mineral
okay,
resources.
okay.
but
Let me
Exploration.
explain that part to you. You
but
see all
Africa,
this
Africa.
contract over there. This guy never
Yeah,
went
yeah.
anywhere. These are all contract that was signed by Fakonde. He never traveled
Mm,
anywhere to
No, no, no,
negotiate any
no, no.
contract.
The one in China, the one with the Boa with China, he did. I saw that he went to China with his whole team, and he
I'm
spent time
telling
over there.
you, Africa.
The
These
what
are all contract.
the Simando some of the Simando is Alpha Conde. Yes, I agree. But the ones that he just signed recently with the I think the aluminium, that he did that himself because he went to China. He did that. I saw everything. It was right on. It's actually
Thi-
live on the TV.
Let me tell you, I know
And
much
and
about
also and
Guinea.
also
This.
doing okay, also doing Alpha Conde.
Mhm.
Alpha Conde brought tribalism in Guinea. He divided the
Oh
country
no, no,
based on
that's
tribes.
definitely
Okay,
his
so you
political
cannot.
system
Why are
was.
you clamoring? Because he was leaving the country into Guinea was going to explode to a war. I'm telling you now. If it wasn't for Dumbuya, who snatched in that power from him, okay, if Alpha Conde was going to, because what's the difference between a guy who Alpha Conde was trying to sign a third term?
No,
Why
no,
would
but
he allow?
now I understand that. But when Dumbuya came, he used the bridge for Alpha using third
No,
term.
no,
He
well, we
came
don't
in.
we don't allow third term. That's just that
No, I
allowing
understand.
third term is just like going for a military coup. It's just the same thing.
Okay, I
It's just the
understand
same thing,
that, but
CD.
I understand that. But this is the reason why he used the Alpha
Mm.
Conde used the third term. But when he came, what he did, Selu Dallin Diallo, he got rid of this guy. He made this guy to flee the country,
That was
right?
the wrong thing. CDR
Okay,
Toure, Sidou Jalon, and the other one, the three of them, all the main opposition. He got
proposition, he met all of them to leave.
even Alpha Conde sent him to exile. I understand that.
R-
That is a
r-
different whole topic. But
So
yeah,
what he did to the what he did to the Fulani or this guy
mm,
that or Bawuri, what he did,
yeah,
he used Bawuri to be his
mm,
prime minister just for the Fulani to be satisfied. To say, well, he
yeah,
had hired a prime minister. But reality is his
mm,
tribalism is worse than Alpha Conde. I will tell you this right now. He's just using Bawuri.
mm.
He's
Okay.
just using him
Most
for
of it,
political reason.
most of it. Okay, okay, okay. That's not what is happening because most of his ministers, Bauer is just one of them. Most of the ministers in his government are equally distributed based on the population of the tribes. Okay, and he just happened to be the head of state. In fact, he when he won the election, he said, I don't want to get involved in anything. He told Bawuri to choose his own team. That means choose your ministers, you govern, because I noticed what he wanted to kick back, because remember there was an atrocity that was caused in that country. Okay, that was atrocity that was caused in that country before he took power, and the guy that was responsible for those things, he have to be a tough military man like Dumbuya to put these military guys in check.
Okay, but
okay.
Africa, when he came to power, right, his coup d'etat, right, he killed over 150 presidential guy. What these people that he killed?
But this presidential guys he killed, they was involved in killing.
No. Civilians. I'm talking about his coup d'etat. His coup d'etat.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He killed military officers that were killing civilians.
No. The guy that was killing people during our time was Daddy's Camara. He's the one that went and killed people at the stadium. He tried to mess up the whole thing. When he went and attacked the palace, right? All the presidential guy that was there, he killed almost all of them, right? And what he did, because he knew the ammunition supply where they had a depot by the palace. He went first. That was the first place they attacked. So these guys ran out of ammunition. He killed all of them, and not only killing them, he did not turn out the body to the family member. He dug a mass grave, and none of these family members got their body.
Allegedly, during the coup, he did kill, a lot of military officers. I understand that. I agree with that. Protecting Alpha Conde, but this is what happened in the military coup, and at the same time, Alpha Conde was trying to commit his own military coup by trying to extend his third term. When he was divisive,
that was not right at all. He definitely
exactly. So it don't make no sense. And also the country was badly. Listen, I went to Guinea during Alpha Conde. I went to Sierra Leone for a week, and I only went to Guinea to collect a car that was shipped there, because Guinea custom is cheaper than Freetown custom. Okay, and it was a cheap, bro. I was so embarrassed, because I was in Guinea when Lansana Conte ruled Guinea. Lansana Conte was a wrong. People talk about Sekou Touré. Lansana Conte is the longest serving military officer in Guinea. Okay, he served that country the longest, and Guinea is been tarnished by the military. Sekou Touré came to power. He disturbed the Fula. He disturbed his own people. He killed a lot of Mandinka. He killed a lot of Fula people. He killed a lot of Susu, and he removed a lot of them out of power. Lansana Conte came. Yeah. 1 second. And Lansana Conte came to power. He on a live load to Mandinka people. He removed a lot of Mandinka people out of power. And this person come and do the same thing. So it's a good thing that Dumbuya came to power to stop that trend. It's like that need to stop. You can't build a nation like that.
All right, let's stick. We'll talk about this next time. Let's stick to the topic. Guys, let's someone else speak.
One of these days, man. One of these days, man. You have to have like a restaurant, whatever, next to these,
Freetown,
yeah. One of these days, man.
I can't believe you went to Bintumani Hotel.
I would love to go there. Number 2, number 2 beach. Aberdeen over there too, and support you, man. I would love to do that, because to me,
they say diners don't like the Russians, man. They say diners don't like the Russians.
Nah, don't worry about it. Hopefully, when this new election comes, whatever side that wins,
listen,
they vote for you, man. Because it's by time.
SLPP is not leaving power for you guys, man. SLPP is not leaving power for you guys. We having a we staying in power. SLPP would never trust APC ruling that country again. We're not gonna go back to that.
Understand.
I'm not joking, man. Honestly, APC, I don't trust APC. That's a one-party state. They was on the military coup, bro. You're not gonna come to power and one party.
But that APC destroyed Sierra Leone. They
did, man.
Hold on.
APC is terrible, bro.
Let me say something. Let me say something real quick, right? You know, what happened to APC? You know, the last almost 10 years now, right? That's gonna repeat to the SLP. Watch. I'm telling you, watch.
No, it's not gonna happen, bro. If they're not gonna come to power, that would never happen. Listen, over my dead body, that party come to power, bro.
Okay, so what happened to democracy then? Like you always preach about that.
We'll find another party position will come, but APC is not.
Hold on. What happened to democracy? You always preach that about. So no, hold on. What happened to the party democracy that you always preach about then?
We'll fight. Another new party will pop up, bro. But APC needs to go, bro. They need to go. APC, when the APC came to power,
2 years, right?
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years, right? The next 2 to 3 years, right? There will be 10 years in power. 10 years in power.
No, definitely not. No, APC is a terrible party, bro. They wanted to. They had one party state. How can they have a country and one party state for years? And with no.
Are you saying SLP will run that country for another 30 more years?
No, I'm not saying they're gonna win the next election, but
that's what basically you are saying.
They win that part. They will win the next election.
Because by you saying that over your dead body, what you're saying is now, no matter what, SLP is gonna win. They're gonna do another.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not. SLP is going to win the next election, but another party.
You said it.
SLP.
Everybody heard this man, right?
Hey guys, I gotta read the super chat. Mike Schultz 915. Thank you for $10 holla. Dynasty. So a few weeks ago, Russia security partnership wasn't working. Then Russia ran away when the attacks happened, which I mean they evacuated. And Kadal was actually the Malian forces came back and took back Kadal, but Russia withdrew. Now they're fooling both sides. Yeah, when you withdraw and your job is supposed to protect, and that's the agreement you had, then yeah, that's suspect. Which one is it? How much are they paying you? Well, they're not paying me anything, but thanks for $10 holla. To Nigel, go ahead, to Nigel.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dynas, and greetings to all of you on the panel, to the chat, and to the viewers. Russia, as a nation, seems to have relationship with countries that they have mixed results. But I really doubt that they can possibly play both sides in this particular conflict, especially within a short interval of time, because the sides that they will have to play with has also resulted in casualties on them. It can't be on a side where the other opponents inflict casualties on your friends and your comrades, and the next minute you're trading with them. And that is kind of stuff that can lead to problems. So it's I've not seen it happen. And Russians, one thing about Russians is that if you have Russians, to be fair, almost any military kind of relationship you have, it doesn't mean they should fight for you completely. If you look at what happened in the Middle East recently, I don't think many of these Gulf nations were expecting America to just step in and just fight directly for them. No, they can try to help you a little bit, but you also have to fight for yourself. And Iran fought for itself, and the same thing is expected of the Malian people. The Venezuelans didn't. Syria, at the end, didn't want to fight again, and the Russians gave up. So the patterns you see with Russia is that you have to want to fight. They can't want to fight for you. After all, they are kind of mercenary, and which is something that is even advised against. If you want to be a sovereign state, you have to be able to defend yourself. So when I try to extrapolate or try to connect the data between that of what is going on in the Sahel nations and what the kind of relationship Russia has with other countries that have higher GDP per capita, the pattern still repeats itself that those countries have more manpower and they tend to be more security ready than the African ones. Because Russia has relations with Central African Republic, the country is still one of the poorest and terribly poor country in the world today. I don't even know how Africans allow that to carry on. And so but when it comes to Russia, I don't see it happening like when people are saying that they are playing both sides. I think that could be a form of psychological warfare to try to make Russians look back. But history doesn't suggest that. As a matter of fact, a Chechen soldier was online saying something about Putin. Whenever he gives you his word, he never breaks it. And These are Chechens that actually fought Putin to a standstill, and Putin almost destroyed the whole this country. So that's why Putin has lasted so long. He seems to hold on. Whenever he says something, he tries to stick by it. Venezuelans didn't want to fight. Syrians didn't want to fight anymore. Because you as a people, you have to want to fight for your nation before they can fight for you. You know, and Iran didn't need their help. It turns out that they were right. Iran actually didn't need Russia's help. And we thought last July that why is Russia not helping Iran? You know, what's going on here? You know, you have a good close alliance with Iran in strategic relationship, but America is bombing it, Israel is bombing it. But Putin said Iran didn't ask for it. That if Iran asked for it, they will be there. So the fact that Iran didn't ask for it, we thought that there was something missing there. We thought maybe Russia was doing some things that it was trying to play fast one by saying that. But the truth is that Iran probably never needed it. Iran was just holding back because evidence now shows that that is the case. So Russia has not, I really doubt it. And just by military common sense, if you try to play both sides, it's an extremely dangerous game because there could be mutiny in the military, because you can't have a military or militant that just resulted in you losing a friend, a comrade that maybe all of you even trained from the same unit from when you were in Russia from a younger age. You lost people to these people, and the next minute you are exchanging money and guns with them. No. That's the kind of stuff that leads to problems, especially if it is commanded from above. Maybe people on the ground can be corrupt, but I really doubt if it will be commanded from above. For to what end? So that they will last there longer? I don't think so, because this thing is up to the people in that country to actually want to defend their interests, because Russia also has a relationship with other countries that are doing relatively well in their own areas, like in the Oman and what's the name of some of those countries, Armenia, Kazakhstan. Some of those countries, their GDP per capita is quite high and their military posture is quite strong, and yet Russia is in those countries. So I'm not buying the idea. This one is more of a rumor and a way of trying to undermine Russians in that territory. I was also surprised, though, to hear when the Russians said that they wanted to withdraw from that territory, because it seems like some kind of mistake. But in the last couple of days, from what we have been hearing on the news, it appears it was actually a strategic withdrawal, because they are coming back and pressing the militants in those northern cities. And I really think they should never give up an inch of those territories, because we as Africans, is the movement down of the north. They are coming down towards West Africa. And if you look at what's going on in Sudan, the pattern is repeating itself. The Arabs are getting rid of Africans. They've been expelling them for decades. It's been going on and on and on and on. And we keep retreating further south. South Africans are pushing us further up now. So where are we going to run to? Sooner or later, we have to hold our ground. And I really hope the Sahel nations do a good job of it. And for once, the AES seems to have been activated, from what I gather, that the three of them are working together to fight these militants. And if they succeed, that is something that even African countries that are currently compromised, they will start envying it to an extent, wanting to replicate something similar, so that they all have a shared and common security, which is what we all want for the continent. So thank you for that, for the time.
Me brother, Mr. Alone, brother.
I want to talk about Tunaja. What do you think? Because I mean, I know Russia can help you in terms of military operation, but economic wise, Russia has one of the weakest economy in the whole of Europe, right? So, and this is the only thing that everybody need Russia for when it comes down to military tactics and help you with that, to help you to fight whatever war that you're fighting, right?
You are probably right there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, because no, think about it. See, if Russia provides security for you, then you can do your business with China. Technically, it's a kind of dual relationship because China doesn't care who they trade with; they will trade with anybody. So, do your business. Russia provides security for you. It's your job to do business with China if the West is sanctioning you or blocking your ability to do business. That is what Iran did to an extent.
My big bro city. My big
boss
bro
is
city.
calling me. 1 second. My boss is calling. What the fuck this guy is
Oh,
calling
okay.
me right now?
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah. Abdul, now you tell me. Abdul, you did it?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. What I would like to say here, for those who are listening, we are under attack. The Black Winter is here. We have been hearing about this Black Winter, but when you put two and two together, you see those who fly to
Hey,
Davos,
Tom. Hey.
the World Economic
Oh, you call
Forum.
me?
I think there's an open mic.
Oh, God. Maybe it was a mistake.
Yeah, there's an open mic. Guys,
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Oh, you still working?
Big bro, mute your mic. Big bro, we can hear you. Big bro, mute your mic.
Oh, okay.
Mic, bro.
All right. Sorry about that. It was a mistake. I called you. All right.
Hello?
Talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye.
Yeah, you got an open mic, man.
City was.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My
mic.
boss was calling me. So.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I'm
right.
happy that you close your mic. But yeah, what I was trying to say here is that we hear these people, they were giving out all their strategy that they're about to depopulate. These guys that were flying to Davos, all the billionaires class, the World Economic Forum, they have this thing openly in their website. I was telling my friend, he was like, "Oh, don't worry, those billionaires, money have make them become crazy, blah, 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 blah." But he who control the money, control policies. And that's what we are seeing today. I took it very serious at that time when I saw that the plan was to depopulate. And I said, who are they going to depopulate? Not too long. We have Ebola in my country. We have Ebola next door. We have Ebola in Guinea. So you see how this whole thing is going to end up playing. They already have all the chess pieces set. Okay? It's up to us now to realize that we are being ethnically cleansed. Europe is finished. Right now, Europe, they said, is so many mixtures of people, even the white population it cannot even stand the immigrants that are there. So I think they're probably going to lose Europe. France is already gone.
Your microphone is going in and out.
Oh, okay. Well, let me try and fix it. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yeah, but we now talking, brother. Talk.
So for me to see the South Africans being so brainwashed, for them not to understand that they are the front line.
Yeah, he's still doing it. He's still in it. We can't hear you
Yeah,
very
you gotta
well.
go in and out. Go in and out.
Let me put my headset. I think I do.
Yeah,
can you stick to the topic, please?
No, but he's making his point. Let him land.
Yeah, he's making a point.
Yeah. Let me just land real quick, man, please. So basically, what I'm saying here is that for them not to understand that the reason why they give them HIV, that's one of the main reasons. Hopefully, this one will fix the issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Talk.
Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. Talk. Just talk. Talk. Yeah.
Okay.
You fine now.
So for them not to understand that this has been planned, and I feel like our great hero Nelson Mandela miscalculated. I don't know what happened during the ANC when they were supposed to have their independence. I don't know who took money within the ANC. All I know is apartheid still going on, and apartheid is even worse than the way it was before, because now these guys have they have become settlers. They have their own space. Who knows what type of secret military bases they have there? Who knows what is underground? Who knows how many military bunkers they have built? Who knows how many ammunition they've stored? All of these things, the South Africans are not thinking about. They are not worried. They're just comfortable with being dependent. That's why I said South Africa is the most serious place that we have to worry about, because when we see the guy who's building the electric cars, I don't want to call his name because he's from there. He already have robotics on the ground, over millions of them. Do you think they are only civilian robotics that these guys have made? Of course, you have military grade humanoids. You understand me? And who knows if that's not a testing ground? That's why I said South Africa is a test, is a test case. It's an exploitation.
Sorry, did you say that they have robotic humanoids in South Africa?
Yes, brother. They are just waiting for 5G. 5G is only on the phone right now. It's being tested.
I don't believe in all these crazy conspiracy theories.
No, it's not a conspiracy, brother.
Don't be surprised.
I will show you.
Don't be surprised.
I will show you. Listen, I will show you how to spot a 5G.
I mean, the South Africans, they are messed up, they are fucked up, but you put in more value. These are just stupid people, man.
Brother, you don't know these white people. We live right next to them. I'm telling
blacks,
you.
they are just fucked up. And now the Nigerians are trying to expose them, make them educated. And all these other foreigners, they don't want to see them. They're sad,
I get where you're coming from, but brother, it's deeper. It's deeper than what you think it is. It's much, much deeper, man. These guys are trying to literally ethnically cleanse those people. That's why they sent HIV, man. And it seems like the genes of the black people is so strong that there are some survivors. It's the same thing they did in Sierra Leone and Guinea. They put Ebola and they were so Liberia and Sierra Leone and Guinea. It was 3 countries. And they were so disappointed that people were survived. They were survivors. And the Cuban doctors actually have the antidote. They were the ones who actually found the antidote. And then the white people were saying that, oh, we need the blood of that antidote. And the Cubans said no. They took it back to Cuba. Yeah. And they created a vaccine for the thing. So you see, nobody, we cannot trust these white tea folks. Our grandfathers have fought these people back in the days for hundreds of years. It took us over 150 Baibure, and even Kalondo Gulama. He was a king. Yes. Kalondo Gulama fought them too. So we know what it takes for us to finally wipe them out. The last place was Freetown when we finally wiped them out of our land. They are like leech. Once they leech on you, they will suck your blood until you die. Brother, that's why. Listen,
that's a fact.
Our grandfathers know these people. Our grandfathers know these people. This is just for precaution, man. We as black people
in Guinea.
Yeah, brother, we as black people, we have to be vigilant. These people that they are using, this so-called Azaban, whatever they call them, these are terrorist group. Is the same thing that is happening in Sudan. We are being attacked by the North. These Northerners, I knew they were not to be trusted. And now that their numbers are smaller than us, we have to be on the front line. We have to be on the offensive on that side. As far as South Africa, I think, as far as South Africa, I think it's mental game that we have to play with them. We cannot just go and tell them that they are under attack in a physical way, but it will end up being there. Because if they continue acting up like this, we the African people will ask for peacekeeping force to go down there so that they can go take care of these white mobs that they have there. Nobody's talking about the white mobs. What else do you think we might find there? We might find secret military bases down there. We need to send peacekeeping force if this thing continue. But for right now, I think all Africa need to be on a high alert. We are under attack. Black winter is here, man. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Let me add some.
Make Elijah talk. Elijah, Sise.
Let me add something real quick. Who? Oh, go ahead.
Elijah, Sise. Elijah.
Yeah. Elijah, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your topic is was if Russia was playing both sides, or you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think Russia is playing both sides. I mean, Russia never had that kind of game.
Your network is, your volume is low, Elijah.
My volume is low.
And your
You
camera
gotta
is on.
start. Probably Uber. You
Can you
gotta
hear me
start.
now? Clear.
Yeah,
Can you hear me
better. You
clear
better
now?
small. Yeah, we can hear you clear
Huh?
a little bit now. Yeah, better. Yeah, that's better. That's
Okay.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what is happening is, these people want to play Syrian type of game in the Sahel.
Okay.
Even today,
Yeah.
French president invite African uh, influencers. You see
Mm-hmm.
African women, African men in that conference. So you will see more Africans on social media, who will be coming, try to, promote, French thing in Africa. So most of this problem we have in Africa, I mean, it's ourselves. We're not organized. Any society, if we're not organized, other people will come and do you wrong. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you look at Africa, we don't have a social network. We're supposed to join together. Any country. I mean, we can put pressure on the pressure group in every country. The only organization I know of, ACUP, I promote it, but mainly it's based in Ghana. They have a ACUP Ghana, ACUP Sierra Leone, Liberia, pretty much most 40 countries in Africa. I think we all should join that movement. They have WhatsApp group. You see, if you go to TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, you type Africa Continental Unity Party. It's there. You will see it. So you can contact them. Somebody, they can connect you to somebody in Ghana, Kojo, that's what I mean, and many places. So I think that's what we should do. Make a pressure group. We cannot depend on supporting these three leaders in Africa. One day they will take them out. And what you gonna do? Nothing. Cry on social media. Oh, anybody we have a day on our life. Okay. I mean, yes, that's the game. But you have to organize yourself, be part of something. But if you're not part of something, you're just complaining. That's women thing. We African who born in Africa or you living in the West or whatever, we all should join. We know the problem in Africa more than anybody. So if we join, the other people we like the other black diaspora, like Caribbeans, Black America, all those black people, they will join. But we Africans ourselves, who born in
I
Africa,
agree.
we supposed to be involved with it. If we don't involve, because it's a selfishness. The reason why African leaders are selfish, because it's a culture in Africa. We all inherited that. So we have to really learn that and get out from that selfishness. I mean, in South Africa, they do that. Those people are pay agent. If you know the
Yeah.
history of even the Zulu Kata movement, the people who were attacking Nelson Mandela, ANC, and then with the Mandela group, they armed them, the black on black. The same
Yeah.
thing they are doing there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot dialogue with these people. The only way you can
No.
dialogue with them, the game they play in South Africa, if we play the same game, there are South Africans all over Africa.
Yeah.
Go to their embassy, bracket, South African citizens who are there, and demand them to leave. If we do that, if we do that to them in 1 week, South African government will change. 100%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You see,
That
all
makes
South
sense.
Africans are the same. I'm telling you. But because they propagate this agenda in their brain, because South African media is a European media, it's a white media.
But
So
do you know
they
what?
brainwash them
Yeah,
to
you're
believe
right.
that. And I mean, if you get paid, just like even this tea group in West Africa, right? You see a video after they go attack, they come and they give them 1,000, 10,000 francs. You see them on the line; they will taking money. So they may pay as you go. It's a prepaid. The same thing Dudula. Yeah. That's a video from that. That's a real life. So we Africans, I mean, yes, we can use social media, but you have to be part of
So
something.
they're
If you're not part of
physically
it,
paying
you
them.
are part of the problem.
They're physically paying them to go and target people every day. They give them a bit of some money. It's like like in Nigeria, how they pay people to go and vote. For their
Yeah, I mean,
life. It's crazy.
look, I mean, it's just like a cockser criminal who traffic people. It's the same people, the same type. So you have to understand the game. If you don't understand the game, I mean, this talking here will never solve for anything. If you African, you believe in Africa, go search for Africa Continental Unity Party. They have website. They are the biggest organization on the ground in Africa. So that's the
Do you
only
know
way.
what you said? Yeah, you're right. Do you know you said one thing? I agree with. I had the South Africans saying it. All this thing started by Mandela, because Nelson Mandela, when he was in power, he said, "Thank you, Africans, for helping me, but it's about time you go now." So he started this thing.
He
Nelson
started
Mandela himself.
he started what?
Nelson Mandela, when he got elected as the president of South Africa,
let me
he
spoke about
said,
that a little bit, right?
yeah. It's my turn to speak now, because it goes round. When Nelson Mandela got elected as a president, okay, when he came out of prison, he said, "Thank you to African people for helping me for apartheid." That's a year, I think, not long before he died, okay. But he said Africans have to go back to where they come from now and leave South Africa for South Africans.
Africa, don't believe that. Yeah,
No,
I don't believe that. That doesn't make no sense.
Let me
That
say
doesn't
something.
make sense.
CD,
When he became
the Zulu,
president, how many Africans was there
Yeah,
at that
I
time?
never
if you look
trust.
at
I never trust Nelson Mandela. Never
Nelson
trust
Mandela,
him.
I never trust him. Let me speak. It's my turn, bang. Yes, it's my turn. Let it go back round. It's my turn, then CD, then after that, it come to you.
No, man. I was supposed to speak. You allowed the other guy speak, right? He finished. Then it was supposed to be me.
I
But go ahead
I
and try
only
to say
spoke
something.
once. No, if you want to
No. Go ahead.
speak, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. After you.
Yeah. There was an African. He's a white South African today. He said people sit there and criticize Africans, but he said the Africans and the Zulu are the same people. They're both xenophobic people. He said the only difference is the other one have more upper hand than the other one. And
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely,
So
that makes sense.
so what's going on in Africa? Yeah, we've been attacked by all fronts. We've been attacked by the enemies from the North Africans, the Arabs, the Europeans. We are being attacked by all fronts. We've been chased out of different. And the funny thing is, my biggest worry that Europeans are going to see what's happening in South Africa. They're like, you see, their own black people are treating them like this. So why can't we do it to them?
Of course.
Yeah, they're going to use that as a justification.
Thank you. And this is a big worry. It's a big worry. Bang, I know you want to speak. I'll pass the mic for now. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll come back after you. No, you speak. You speak.
What you said about Mandela, right? Nelson Mandela, right?
Yeah.
Whenever people that's not from the continent of
I
Africa,
can't hear him.
Man,
You
can
can
you
hear
hear
him?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Abdul, at the
Whenever,
area.
right?
At the area.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear the person that's talking.
Okay.
You can't. Can you hear him now?
Man, can you hear me? Abdul,
you log in and log back out. Log out and log back in, yeah?
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let me say this for Africa, right? Let me say this real quick, right?
Yeah.
Whenever people that's not from the continent of Africa, right? When they praise somebody, right? When they use that person as an image, right? They have that as a statue everywhere, and then they constantly tell you this person is a good person, this person is this and that, right?
Your audio is so low. It's like your signal is coming from Mars. Come on, man. Let's get close to the mic a bit.
No,
it's
because
so
I'm
low.
using a phone. I'm using a phone, man.
Yeah, it could be some kind of
you better now. You better now. I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Just
you can hear you, but we can't hear him very well. And the viewers won't hear him. They will be straining to hear him.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's just like MLK, right?
That Obama
America,
phone.
right?
Obama phone.
Nah, this is not the this is the independent. I do not support Democrat or Republican. I am independent.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand me, right? So but anyway, it's the same thing with MLK, right? Because when you look at black people in America, right? Segregation was actually good for them because it made them stronger. It made them, you understand me, right? They were on top of things that mattered for their own people, and by their own people, they had everything to themselves. But once they merged with the white folks in America, which to me it was a complete trick, right? By the time they realized it, they got played. That's when you had the Black Panther. You understand me, right? So to me, anytime people that's not black, right, when they praise one leader constantly. They use that as a reference, right? They try to tell you this is the the type of person that we blah, 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 is that. Never believe that. That leader is not for black people. That leader is for them. It suits their agenda. You could see Nelson Mandela. He sold the black South Africans, in my view. He sold them out in a way that they can't really get control of the country the way they're supposed to. It's the same thing with MLK. He's not a bad person, but to me, black people in America was much better when they were segregated.
Yeah.
I think
you're right.
It's not necessarily as that simple.
Yeah, that's
because
point.
the way they perceive the world, some people perceive the world to be a future where people are not judged necessarily by nations or even race based on this in where you are, the region you are coming from in the world. And maybe that is what is going to happen in the near future when things kind of technology saturates the whole world. And you can see that the trend is in that direction. If you look at the way people talk to each other around the world, it's happening more and more. Where do you think the direction is going towards? It's going to head towards a point where people will be able to relate. So some leaders come with that vision, thinking like people like this Martin Luther King has that kind of outlook on life, that's the direction the world is going. If you look at Karl Marx, his own economic policy is in that direction. So you do have that two school of thought, and as we stand today, we know full well that that is not necessarily the case for us, because we are not in any position to be able to, make demands or leverage our own power because of that kind of ideology, especially amongst our leaders, because no other people being in such a weak position worry about that kind of issues, about everybody getting along and stuff like that. So that is an issue you can accuse Mandela of. Why did he settle for that? Personally, I actually think he came to bail the Europeans out, because most Africans were rallying and trying to fight the apartheid regime. Nigeria was starting a ballistic missile program. Maybe would have been where Iran was right now because of South Africa. Nigeria saw itself as the opposition to the South African regime. So Nigeria didn't see South Africa as far away. They see South Africa as next door to them. Because between South Africa and Nigeria, there's no other nation that is going to be able to deal with South Africa significantly. So all those things, to stop that drive towards confrontation, is why even European countries turned against South Africa. They told the South African regime, calm this thing down, try to chill out. They refused. And hence, that's why they all piled in, not because they care too much about morality. If you look at what happened in Gaza, you can see that they don't care about morality at all. So that's the direction they were coming from. I must say, there was something Mandela said when he came to Nigeria. And I asked a question whether he has ever said anything like that anywhere else. And they said he has never said that anywhere else. When he came to Nigeria, he said he felt like he was coming home. And that was an interesting comment for him, a statement for him to use. And I get a feeling that that was a deliberate thing that he did there when he was saying that, when he said that stuff there. Because people don't talk about it too much, that the so-called Bantus that are in South Africa all emerged from what they call West Africa today. They all emerged from there.
Yeah.
They can pretend as if, I don't know why we don't talk about it.
I was actually to Niger. I was actually studying and looking at a deep index study of the Niger Congo people of West Africa, how we branch into different grouping and our DNA, the E1B1B, M2. If you look, I didn't realize that actually even those from let me say where you call northern Mali today, all the way down to South Africa, these are the same people. If you put East Africans away, we actually all belong to the same group of people.
If you go to the Mambila Plateau, you will see people that you will mistake sometimes for the South Africans that we like to talk. You know how we talk about South African women and all that. You'll be surprised some people you see in that region of Nigeria, how similar they are with them. And before I used to think that on their way to South Africa they changed. They started looking like Khoisan somehow. No, they were like that in Nigeria today. So, and that's why now
one thing you was right about also to Niger, the Ijaw people are the oldest Niger Congo group. They're Yeah. They're the first to branch down there.
Language in that region. And so when Mandela made that comment, I was wondering either that was a kind of subliminal message from something he just didn't know, he just said it, or whether it was deliberate. But he said it there. And he never, and I asked whether he has ever repeated that kind of statement again. They say he never did that again anywhere else. Only in Nigeria he made that comment that he felt like coming home. Why would you feel like coming home in Nigeria? Nigeria is not even next door to your country. So there's a significant reason why he said that, and nobody picked up on it. I didn't pick up on it before until more recently when I watched the video again that he actually made that comment. But that is one of those fascinating things. And we as Africans, we don't necessarily talk about some of all these things. You know, Jewish people don't feel to talk about their origins and stuff like that.
I think we should.
Other groups fail to talk about it.
Sorry to cut you off,
Fulanis don't fail to talk about their own. Fujajalon will not hear the end of it. And you couldn't stop talking about. Where is that one you came from before Futajalon even? There was you guys don't stop talking about it. But we Nigerian people and the Bantu don't talk about where, especially the Bantu, they don't talk about where they are from. And it's because it's linked to Nigeria. That's why they don't say it.
We are the Atlantic. I just realized the Fulani are the Atlantic Niger Congo speaking group genetically also. They're the Atlantic. You have the Atlantic one. You have the one down in the south. You have those in the west, like in the middle of where you call.
What have I done? I should have reminded you. Let's move on from the Fulani.
Yeah, I know. But you know, no, I don't know. But I'm just saying, is the Niger Congo race? The Niger Congo race is the most.
The Niger Congo race. The Fulanis are Niger Congo. It's just that it's like you guys went and mixed with the Tuaregs a little bit. Maybe that's why you had a little bit
about 20%. Yeah, but all I'm saying is, even those in Brazil. Even those, the research I was looking at, those in Brazil, majority of those in America, the Niger Congo group is the second or the third largest group in Brazil. They're one of the largest in America. The largest in the Caribbean. You know, we are spread all over the world. If we come together as a race, which we are one race, you know, we look at that as fuck all this pride business.
We're well over 1 billion now. We're well over 1 billion people.
Yes, we are. We are over 1 billion. And if we come together as a Niger Congo race, because we all still speak the same language, we haven't stopped speaking our language. This is how much, you know, conservative we are as a group of people. I think if we have that platform to go on, I think it's a win-win case.
I think 100%. It's because we have not been given a reason to come together. We are not divided. We just like to think we are divided. I've been saying this. If you look at Europeans, they have far more reason to be divided. These people murdered each other like crazy during the First and Second World War. So where do we have that kind of history? We don't have that kind of bloody history. Maybe a little bit in Rwanda and DRC, but not in that major within the blood feud between nations in Africa. We don't have that much. So I feel like when external forces come and try to confront Africa, just imagine, let's say like Nigeria now. Nigeria is there minding its own business. A crazy Trump decides that he wants to invade Nigeria. That could be a problem. You know, African countries will be like, no, we are not having this. And you can see the global. Most people don't like Tinubu right now, and I don't blame them because that guy is completely hopeless. But in the context of Nigeria being attacked,
invading Nigeria,
Iran right now, I believe that Africa will be united. They will be united against whoever tries to attack Africa, and I think if that happens, Africa will never go back again. Because once the people wake up and survive it, look at the Iranians now. Because now Americans have woken them up. The guys were probably sleeping, minding their own business. Americans say, hey, let's go and fight. Now America is looking for a way to end the fight. They don't want to end it. So this is what tends to happen when you wake people up. The Chinese did the same thing. When the Japanese invaded them, when they wake up, Chamamao thanked them for it. Now, thank you for waking us up. We will never go to sleep again. So there is something that happens to people when they are attacked. It forces them to realize that, okay, we are actually a people. Even if they knew it intellectually before, but when they are attacked, they know it viscerally. Now they act like a group. And Africa has not been given a reason. At least Black Africa, Niger Congo group, has never been given a thorough reason to do that. You know, you see that now.
I think we have. I think we have, but
let me say this. I think the problem in Africa, we not organized. If you're not organized, even if you are awake, but you're not organized, anybody will defeat you. So me personally, I don't criticize Mandela, Martin Luther King, because why? They they pay the ultimate price for what they did, what they believe in. Right? Today, we Africans, what stop us? You can be here, whatever place you are, we can communicate. If we organize ourselves, the tools we have today, Martin Luther King didn't have it, Mandela didn't have that. Today we have it, but we're not using it in a positive way. Most Africans, if you go to social media,
You made a comment that I find fascinating. You said, even if you are awake, but if you are not organized, you will still lose. You see,
yes,
that's a statement that you may not realize that they are opposite each other. Because if you are awake, you become organized. You see that? That's what actually happens when you become to be awake.
Okay, no, it's not the same. You can okay. Let me say it. I mean, there are many things you know, I know, somebody else know. We all know what is happening in reality. What is happening in Africa? Nobody can teach you anything about Africa. You know it, I know it. But what is lacking? Do we organize? No. So that's the problem. If you have it,
Knowing it intellectually is different from knowing it physically.
Look, I'm telling you, Europeans. I mean, today the reason why Chinese are defeating everybody, Chinese are the most organized society than Europeans, right? That's why they're putting them out.
Why do you think they became organized? It was after the Japanese invaded them.
No, it's not. The Chinese. Okay, what I'm saying. Look,
China.
Listen. Chinese were, even if they fight, they did their fight. They lock themselves for it within inside. Okay, they look for allies. All those things are organization. You can fight, but even if you win, you're not organized. Look at Africa. I mean, they did their independence, right? But they didn't come together to organize.
No.
What happened is,
hold on, don't mix it up. We didn't even beat them. They handed power over to us.
Okay, but there are some countries who fight. Not everybody fight physically, but there are countries who fight, right? They fought.
Yeah, there are countries that fight. You can't say that we. You're gonna upset people.
Exhibit their independence the most. If you look at Zimbabwe, that fought and won.
No,
Zimbabwe
is no. You're not getting the point. There are some countries, you might not like this to Niger, but there are some countries in West Africa who physically fought against European
which
invasion.
of them fought and defeated the British?
Okay, not only that. Like, okay, look,
fought to defeat the British.
Okay, no, what I'm saying. Okay, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Hold on.
Hey, guys, I gotta pass the mic. Abdul Kamar, then Didi Mende Dimples is next. Go ahead, Abdul.
Mende Dimples.
Yeah. I feel like my brothers are having a bit of misunderstanding. What I understand, for people to unite, they need to wake up. Right now, ECOWAS and AES, it would seem like, yes, they are divided, but once they start smelling this coffee coming down to Senegal, going down towards Guinea, all the rest of the other nations who are in ECOWAS will have no choice but to join the AES. So I guess that's how unity is going to form, by them waking up. So I feel like you're using the word in a different way. That's why Tunaja was trying to correct you. I mean, once they wake up, the unity is going to form naturally. Nobody needs to tell them. They know their survival depend on that.
Exactly.
Yes. So I'm saying what I'm saying here, my brother. Me, I'm not worried about the West. I know our people. We have been fighting these white people for a long time. They've tried to take that West Africa for a long time, and our grandfathers fought hundreds of years, and they never stopped fighting. So I feel like this is now our time to pick up the torch for our greater generation to come. I don't think about 50 years from now. I'm thinking of 500 years from now. That land's supposed to be under the control of our grandchildren, because we have too much natural resources which can enrich them in the future and build a better future for them. So I feel like I don't have to worry about the West. What I'm worried about is the East Africans and then the South. They need to get their own stuff together. They need to get some kind of a formal military group like the AES to lock down that area. I think Chad and Sudan need to come together and form an alliance or something, you know. As far as South Africa, I think it's a lost cause, man. South Africa, because I mean they give them the ground to grow. When you give a cancer a ground to grow, of course they're gonna grow gradually, unless you have to cut that side of the foot. And I feel like it will come to a point where the Africans will just get tired of South Africa and then cut them off, let them rot away. And then later on, we can go ahead and fight that battle and safeguard that land, you know. But for right now, that's where I'm at right now, you know. You can go ahead, guys. Go ahead and talk.
Now, sister, now, yes, when they dimples, your turn, sis. Did it, when they dimples,
Didi, you want to speak, Didi? Didi, you want to speak? Oh, she froze. Yeah, she froze. Okay. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and close out. Anybody? Well, if you guys want to continue. If not, we'll close out.
Yeah, we'll continue for a little bit if you want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll continue for a little bit. Thank you, Dennis.
So some people are saying that we fought. In reality, we had people that were trained in the West that went on to protest. You know, they went on protests and pressure groups, and then the British handed power over to them because Americans commanded it. And same goes for the French too. They never really defeated their oppressors. You have to defeat your invaders or your oppressors before, because while you do that, you also defeat their collaborators and traitors against your own people. Just like
you mean by eradicating? You mean by eradicating the whole ideology and system? Yeah, that's not easy. You know, it was.
Yeah, if you look at the Mali right now, they are dealing with the people that collaborated with the people that are trying to overthrow them. That is how nations are created. The ones that survive that conflict go on to found nations. And one of the few.
You know what we're trying to say, isn't it, to Niger? We were trying to say about their physical presence. We get rid of their physical presence in the region. But let's move on.
Presence is one thing. You can get rid of physical presence, but if you don't get rid of their economic and political control, then you still have
that's another whole topic. Yeah, that's another topic.
Military aspect of it. So those areas, I think we as a people, we don't realize that every single thing is up for grabs. Your technology, your manpower, everything, your brain is up for grabs. Your mind. As a matter of fact, many of our leaders have signed away our health record and tax information like the way the Nigerian government did too. They don't seem to understand these things are significant things. Just like our forefathers, some of them sold human beings for palm wine or not wine, gin or mirror or umbrella, things like that. We don't seem to understand the value of things, and that is that's what we are exhibiting. And this is why we have to, the ones that are woken up has to be ready to actually understand that this is a problem.
Because you're Nigerian. Yeah, because you're Nigerian. As a Nigerian brother, I heard you speak. Didn't you think also having some of your brothers?
Yeah, your mic is going in and out.
Oh, my mic. Okay.
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Do you think some of the brothers that was calling for America to come and invade Nigeria, do you think these are one of the traitors?
But I don't know, for some reason I can't hear you.
That's on you. I hear him just fine. That's on you.
As much as I disagree with them for what they are doing, I understand it based on the histories, especially if you look at the Middle Eastern conflict. I think I've mentioned here before about the Kurdish people. If you oppress the people within your nation, even Black Americans, if you look at Black Americans, what was happening in the Iran war, they were telling the Iranians, we are not one of them. You see what happens when you oppress people in your country? They will sell you out if they can do that. That is what happens. And I don't blame those people for, I'm not going to sit here and tell them how to feel about their oppression. You see what I mean? I have to remain consistent. We as a nation have to treat them better.
Yeah, that's one of the points I was making in the beginning of the show, because the problem that we're facing in the continent is our own fault. This is why we have outsiders coming in. If you have a family, you cannot sort it out. They guarantee you're gonna have intruder. If you build a fort, the fort is weak. Someone's gonna come and take. This is what I was saying earlier. Like, for example, we know if CD was here, he would probably explain that much more because we're from the great Mali Empire. You know too well. The Mali Empire was very successful, but because we wasn't good at protecting the Mali Empire, it was finished, which is a sad thing. And no matter how develop your countries or your nation is, if you cannot secure it, it's for nothing. And those people are in there. If you can't look after them, you're oppressing these people all the time. They will gonna go and seek help from the outside, and this is what happened. What you see, like some of the
I don't
Southern
even know
Nigerians
who
calling.
founds a nation. I don't even know who founds a nation and don't want to treat the people well that is inside the country. It's like, what kind of attitude? If you don't want them inside the country, don't keep them inside the country. Treat everybody
Yeah, let
right,
them go.
because that is a
Yeah,
security threat to your nation if you don't treat
yeah,
them right.
yeah, absolutely. And I think this is why I think we need to let go a lot of this
Yeah,
tribalism.
Chunaja. I think what
Mm.
what you are saying about that medical stuff, I feel like it's a national security issue because these guys they are well known to plant biolabs in some of these countries, you know, and for
No, we
these
was talking about
presidents
something
to
else,
not
but it's fine.
understand what they are signing, yeah, I feel like it's a very problematic thing because if
Oh,
they
the
got
medical,
your
yes,
data, they
yes.
know how many population you got. They can create
Mm.
concentration zones, and then they can target those concentration zones, and then now you have a breakout of something like Ebola or maybe the stronger version of Ebola. You see, it's very problematic. Some of our presidents, they only follow the money, very money hungry, materialistic, they don't think about the people. That's the most dangerous part that we, the
Yeah.
Africans, are facing right now. Colonial mindsets, it still exists, man.
Mm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was referencing when I said we as a people, the people they handed power over to, the elite class they handed over power to during the decolonization and decades, were compromised people, and hence they remain compromised. The way they behave is really strange because they
But
behave
also
totally
to
different
Niger,
from the way the people think.
didn't you think Nigeria is actually
Yeah,
letting a lot of this
Chunaja, I
country
will
West
say
Africa
this,
down?
right? In my country, in Sierra Leone, right? We have the British High Commissioner. And let me tell you this, when it's time for us to have an inauguration for the new president, the British High Commissioner will stand in the middle. The old president will give the British High Commissioner the staff. And then the British High Commissioner will give the new president that is coming in the staff. So that
Salona
shows
British man country, you
clearly
know.
how
Hey,
Wow.
our
I haven't
politics is run. That
this
means there is
yeah, but
there is
you gotta
somebody
No,
understand
in the
sorry,
middle
Africa. Is that
that
still
don't.
happening till today?
Yes,
listen to
BO
Oh
Niger,
was
my God.
handed. BO was handed by the handed the staff by
to
the
Niger.
British High Commissioner.
Let him
Abdul,
The
finish. Now
we
first
gotta
that's
time
talk
he
about
came,
this.
Africa. Stop now. He's sharing something very significant here.
is
So
very
please go ahead.
yeah. Most people don't understand. That's how we have been colonized.
You're giving
Yes,
to
yes,
Niger
we
I have to
beat
come
them
and talk to you,
physically,
bro.
but behind the invisible hand, they planted
Oh god.
what we will call spies. And these spies, I believe, are the British High Commissioner. If any country who is an English-speaking country that still have the British High Commissioner, just know that that's the caretaker of your natural resources. Okay, you guys, you guys need to either arrest him or send him back to
Do you
England
think
and tell them that you mean business, like what Ibrahim Traore did.
to Niger?
But yeah, that's what we are
Yeah.
going through. And then the other problem is we, the local people, we are not allowed to see the document of independence, what our grandfathers went and signed. The only people who can see that is somebody who become a president. And I'm sure once he assumed the seat, he will be brainwashed for him not to give out any information to the public. So only the president can see that that's fake documents that some of our grandfathers who were drunk and they give them alcohol while they were signing those things, and then they
Abdul,
let
you
them
make it
come back with
Abdul,
a
you gotta
white
make
tea
to Niger
woman.
destroy me, bro. Lala.
Our grandfather that went to sign that document, the guy that they sent, His name is Samuel Timagai. He came back with a white woman. He never left with a white woman, but after he signed everything, he came back with a white woman as his wife. And when the country wanted to stand up, the other tribe which he belongs stood and stood behind him. And so there is two things that are playing. Tribalism is playing, and then also you have corrupt people who are signing things that they shouldn't supposed to sign. That's why I said democracy is not good for us. It's not good for us. We need to fetch all these people out.
I believe you can't discourage me today.
I think democracy may even be Africa's ultimate saving grace. The reason why I say that because Africa is so
Tunaja, before
diverse.
let me just sorry, Tunaja. Do you know?
Yeah. Africa. Let me just say, I'm going to be quick. So, because Africa is so diverse, like you just said, they try to protect their own kinsman. So I feel like nations need to have regional systems of government whereby they elect people from different regions into a presidential council system, or more like what some Nigerians call elder council that govern on behalf of the people. And because it's also a direct democratic system where everybody has a say, and they create their presidential council in such a way that they basically command them to work together. You are going to have a system of governance where it's not only one head that decides for the nation, is the heads that people have selected from the different regions of the nation to decide for the people. And if you do that, I think you are going to have a very, very stable system where you are not going to have this nonsense of one side feeling marginalized or accusing the other side of trying to dominate them. All that nonsense will die down. And I really think that is where democracy can win. It doesn't mean that autocracy or dictatorship cannot still win. Any system can win. Whichever one creates the path for us to free ourselves, I don't have any issue with that. I'm telling you right now, if Saudi monarchy style is going to save Africa from being facing this existential threat that we are facing, I would take it. I would rather be alive than be exterminated with democracy.
That's true. I agree. That makes sense. Anything that works. You just like me to Niger. But yeah, going back to what my brother was saying about Sierra Leone, you know, people got to understand the context of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone wasn't just a colony; it was a protectorate. Okay, is a land that they feel, especially like the Freetown area, they feel like it's almost theirs because they kind of had it before to bring slaves back there. So it's a different context to a lot of the British crowns. And also, I think the Commonwealth, have some kind of system going on. If you notice, most of the time when there's election, they have Commonwealth people who come over. They have someone that control the Commonwealth, that comes over, and have negotiation and stuff like that. So yeah, there's the British still got some foothold in a lot of their colonies.
You guys, please tell him that I can't hear him, please, just in case if he's talking to me, I cannot hear him.
Oh no, you can't hear. Can you hear me?
We can't hear him. Nice.
No, you good, man. You good, man.
How are we supposed to get that to you only? that's not how it works.
No. Just in case he mentioned my name or you want me to talk, I can't hear him.
Okay. Tell him.
You good.
Africa, you know what the journalist told me once? He said in Nigeria that they don't even need to have spies because our politicians are their spies. They will just go and tell them everything. Like, you just go to their embassy and just reveal everything to them. They don't hide anything. And this is the problem of our people, because we are the ones that are compromising ourselves. We think they are our partners. And somehow we accepted the junior partner role, thinking that somehow it's going to lead us to a point whereby we are going to emerge. I don't see that happening, because these people, every time
never happened.
They move to disarm us and put us in a more compromising situation over and over again. And that's not how it works. And I subscribe to the idea that nobody should expect other people to defend their interests. Just like Russians are not expected to do all your fighting for you. They shouldn't have to fight you for everything. You as a people have to fight for yourselves. Then they can come and support you to, make sure that you get satellite images of where your other enemies are. That's how it works. We ourselves have to free ourselves. We can't keep blaming foreigners from that point of view. That
no, we can't. It's our own problem.
We have to do it.
It's our problem.
Let me.
Do you notice tonight? Sorry.
Let me say something. No, go ahead. After you.
Yeah. Do you notice most countries that have oppressed population, these are one of the most unstable countries. You know, once you have people in your group that's oppressed, that's it. You had it. I guarantee you. And you know, this is and also the more language. But why do we have so much languages in Africa? For heaven's sake, why?
The languages are quite similar. The languages are not that far apart as you like to think.
Yeah. So
I've been
why
watching
can't
in
we just
Nigeria.
do it like East Africa? Mm.
South Africa has multiple
No,
official languages. I think we can survive.
East
Europe has
Africa is
multiple languages too. So you see
yeah.
them
Well, I mean, almost a thousand languages.
I think language is not necessarily the problem, because even when the British arrived, remember, we were speaking the same languages within our own groups. What did we do? Many of our people worked together with the British to defeat our own tribes. So even within tribes, we fight each other. When they arrived in Nigeria, many of the Yoruba tribes were fighting each other too. So it's it's not the language is not necessarily a problem. It's our awareness. When we wake up and we have a purpose, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you look at North Koreans are fighting with Russians. Did they need language? There's no language barrier between them, because they can still fight. They know who their enemy is. They will fight their enemy.
I agree to that.
Yeah. Let me say this, right? You know, the issue. There's plenty of issues, right? But at the end of the day, right? There have to be a bigger tribes to take over the little tribes. There have to be a day we have to come together. We say, okay, well, you got the Hausas, you got the Yorubas, you got the Mandinkas, you got the Fulas, and I'll probably throw in there the Igbos as well. And then they have to take over some of these other little tribes, man. Form into to me, too many tribes, too many languages.
Too many problems.
That's too many opinion. In life, the bigger fish have to take over. That's why when you look at like big countries, right? It's more difficult for you to conquer them. You can, but you will need much more resource, much more years for you to conquer them. If you look at it, just study, all these countries, right, that are so-called superpower or super important, right? They're usually large countries. They're large countries for a reason, because of, you know what? The more people, the more land, the more difficult it is for you to conquer them completely. So if you look at Africa, the more languages, the more tribes, it's much easier for you to separate them. Some of these tribes belong to these bigger tribes.
I simply refuse to agree that is the tribes that is the issue. Because many of these countries have multiple tribes too. We just don't notice it because the country is functional. Do you know that Nigeria, hold on, let me say this. Do you know that the UK has more separatist groups than in Nigeria?
Yeah, they have the Sussex, they have the Wessex, they have the Wales.
The country is functional.
But the thing is, these people have merged. They have merged to Nigeria. Majority have merged into one group.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, but it is functional. When they have real big problems, like they've been having problems for a long time, you will start seeing all those lines show up again.
No. 1 second. But they have the majority.
Nani, I agree with you, Nani Mansa. I agree.
And the agenda. That's what I'm trying to say. They have the bigger ones.
Yeah, to be honest, if you notice, most of this so-called tribes,
you have to treat people in your nation well. If you don't treat them well, whether they are different tribes or not, you are going to have problems.
They all need to have a stake. They all need to have. No, I agree with reducing it also.
So I don't subscribe that it's a tribe thing only. You have to treat all tribes well, even if they are different tribes.
It's part of it, man. It's the same
thing. Part of it. Let's start a community.
If you look at America now, are you going to say America is not different tribes? They're different tribes.
But not that much, not compared to Africa.
You can't compare America to
No, it's just
how many tribes do you have in
Africa is far more diverse. Actually, many America has a team countries more diverse.
Where's the population of West? Wait. Wait.
One second, right? White Europeans came to this country, right? And then unallowed 90% of the Indians, right? And set the own standard of country.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with a bigger ethnicity in Africa subjugate the other ones and say you have to do this. This is what we're gonna do.
The situation in the Middle East has
But
You
you
don't
praising
have to
America, right?
subjugate.
No,
You don't
no.
have to
But you
subjugate to
are
get
praising
things done.
America.
You see, that's the
You gave
mistake
us
you're making.
No, you gave
You're
us
thinking
an
you have to
example of
subjugate
America.
another group to get things
You
done.
gave us an example of America, man. You gave us an example of America. I'm using America against you.
Yeah, but you are using America against me. America didn't subjugate the others to get things done.
Some of these tribes, Trinidad,
Oh
it's
God,
the
he's
same
not
language.
listening.
The
You think
language is
Americans were just
similar.
oppressing the Italians before the Italians got
The
things done? That's not how it
language are
works.
similar. If your language is similar,
Italian language is similar
if the
to
culture
English
is similar,
language.
you merge with that tribe. What's wrong with that?
Hold on, is Italian language similar to English language or the French or the German?
You
Come on.
using America as an example. I gave you an example.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. America has a dominant language, which is the English language. Remember, the English language is the dominant language in many countries around the world today, even if they have their own official languages.
You're not here for solution. You're not here for solution, man.
I'm telling you that you are saying that you have to have one tribe tell other people what to do. That is not how nations are formed.
How do you think
No, but okay. Can I just say one thing? Can I basically
that's like 2 million, but then you can have another tribe that's like 3 and 4 million and 5 million, but then you have another tribe that's 40 million. No,
yes, you can have. There are nations that are like that.
To Niger.
There are nations that are like that in the world.
Look, I mean, America is about over 200 million people. You probably would say, okay, the tribes in America you have is based on what ideology and based on, it's not gonna based on languages. If you, for example, if you want to go that far and say America got tribes, I would say it will not be more than 10 tribes, okay? But Nigeria,
why do you say it's not more than 10 tribes? It has way more. I can start naming them to you.
Go on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you go through the African ones, African American ones, you go through the European ones, and you go through the American ones. That's enough. More than 50 already.
How many language? What's the language barrier between those these groups?
A language barrier. There's no language barrier because there's one language that they mostly speak.
That's one problem. That's one problem eliminated. So that make the culture and integration much more easier. Let's be logical about this. So now let me just. I'm not saying this should get rid of all tribe. I don't know why Africans are so obsessed with tribes. But if we're gonna be finding
I'm
solutions,
just saying. No, my own argument. I don't care too much about tribe. My own argument is that he feels like one tribe need to
dominate all the other tribes. No, you don't have to. You don't have to be like that. We could be like Europe. Okay?
It's the same people.
We could be like Europe. Okay.
It is the same people. It is the same people.
Europe is
exactly.
They are different from each other and they are able to work with each other. I don't understand why
Yeah,
you
but
think you have to
this is even Europe. Even listen, bang. Let me just make my point. You get to
one second. Let me take him to his country, right? To Nigeria. How many tribes that are similar when they speak the language in Nigeria? There are so many tribes, right? When they speak language-wise, it's very similar.
Elijah, we just spoke about this earlier.
Let me ask you, do you know how many ethnic groups are in India? Do you know how many ethnic groups are in India?
Oh, is India a good example? Come on, let's be honest. Well, anyway,
no, India is a nuclear power. It's a spacefaring country and it's rising.
In India,
No, Nigeria, no African country can compare to India. So let's move on. I'm asking him how many ethnic groups are in India.
For solution.
Hold on, how many ethnic groups? You can't just be coming up with solutions when you have not thought the process through. That's what I'm asking you. How many ethnic groups are in India?
Okay, to Nigeria.
I don't know, but I know it might be a lot.
You want me to give you how many ethnic groups are in India? You want me to give it to you?
Let me go now because you've been speaking, man.
Answer my question, yes or no? Yes or no? Is there a tribe that speaks a very similar language, right? That are different name or different tribes, right? And have a very similar culture as well in Nigeria. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. What's wrong with you merging with that tribe? Golly,
why do you? Oh my God! Your problem is that you don't seem to see the wheat from the shaft. See, hold on. The tribe you don't have. This guy, it's almost as if we are saying the same thing, but from like slightly different points. In America right now, even the black community, they have different groups that behave differently. Come on, you can't act as if they are all the same. No, people are all the same.
If the language is very similar, if the culture is very similar, merge.
You don't need to merge. American community, even black Americans don't merge before they get anything done. You don't need to merge.
You cannot use America as an example.
Oh my God! Even okay. Now let me give you India now. Let me give you India. Let me give you India. Let me give you India.
Yeah, go on.
India has
okay, we can't carry on like this for that long.
India has 2,500 ethnic groups. Do you know that? 2,500 ethnic groups in one country.
Yes, good.
So what does that tell you? That tells, and yet they speak generally similar languages, even if they have different ethnic groups.
But that's the point. That's the point that we're making.
Groups to be able to speak the same language.
But that's the point. That's the point that we're making.
Like he likes to put it, merge. Why do you have to merge? Even if you try to merge, you are not going to succeed because people are always different from different parts of the country and even different parts of the same town.
You cannot you cannot fix a nation.
I can't believe what he's saying. He doesn't understand the concept that people, even in the same town, people are different.
The world. Let me tell you this, right? The world is not a nice place if you want to be respected. Are you understanding, right? If you want to create
understand
a nation
that part
and create a powerful nation, you cannot be nice. There's certain things you must do. You must do it.
I just think that you have not thought what you are saying true.
America go to war because you know why? They want to control the interests. The British came and conquered the world because you know why? They want to control their own interests to dominate the other world. You have to go through things for you to be respectful around the world. You have to go through things for you to be a nation.
Yes.
That's the whole point. You're gonna have so many countries in Africa, right? With like 200, 150 or 50 tribes fighting each other for stupid powers, right? And then when you really study,
why are you worrying about tribes? I just told you India alone has 2,500.
Well, is India a good example? Look, Niger. To Niger. You know yourself.
And Nigeria has almost 500, so we should be fine. If all we have to do is manage ourselves well, we need to learn to treat each other properly. So
all right, okay, I'm gonna leave, guys, because I don't think you're letting other people
accord.
Right.
No, I don't understand why you're saying that you have to merge tribes, because that kind of stuff you say that can lead to conflicts.
But Tunaja knows.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, please. Yeah, come on, Tahaka. It's your turn. Sorry.
My God of mercy, you guys something else. Jesus Christ.
No, we are saying similar stuff, but he's trying to force people together. He's trying to say you have to force people together.
This is the issue with some black people, right?
You don't have to force people together. They will work with you. This is kind of stuff that causes problems.
They praise the white man, right? And then when the black man wants to duplicate the same thing, they say, this is
Where did the white man do the same thing? The white people didn't do that. I don't understand why you are saying that.
Let Tahaka speak. Let's move on.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Let me be quiet.
Yeah, what's up, guys? This is a last minute thing. Are we talking about the
AES?
The AES, the subject?
Oh, yes, man. Oh man, God bless AES, man.
So I mean, I mean, I wanted to come in. I couldn't call in earlier because I wanted to say something about CD. CD's confused. I don't know. The Russians didn't run away, bro. They just pulled back. All that nonsense is propaganda from CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera and the rest of them.
Yeah, Fox 24.
All they did.
France 24.
Is somebody talking?
Yeah, let him speak, man. He was just agreeing with you. He was agreeing with you.
Okay. Yeah, all they did was pull back, all right? And you know what CD was saying, that Russia can't help nobody economically. People have to listen to real GDP, the real GDP, all right? Listen to the economists, them, all right? The GDP that Russia have, that they show on Google and all that. I think they rank 11th or something like that in the world, which is, to me, is still high. But real GDP, Russia is rolling in money. They go through their problems just like everybody else. Everybody go through the same economic problems. They have the same thing. They're not no different. But real GDP, they rank about fifth place. Mm-hmm. Check out the economists, them. Listen to the economists. Don't guess. Don't use emotion. Just check out the economists. You see what I'm saying? Just check out the economists, right? Just because somebody have $2 million in the bank, that that doesn't mean that person is richer than somebody that have 200,000 in the bank, because that person that have the 200,000 in the bank may have asset that's worth like 10, 50 million dollars, right? They just don't have that in the bank. Right? It's the same thing in Russia.
Yeah.
They are bathing in money right now, right? But that's besides the point. Because CD and other people always say, "Oh, the Russia started this and they did that." No, the AES, right, is they did sort of like what Iran did, right? They don't really want no. They want the equipment, maybe some training, but they want to defeat these fucking terrorists on their own. Right? They want to do it on their own. Where Russia coming? Let me tell you how Russia coming and stepping. Right? If America or France decide they want to send a military conglomerate over there now, you see what I'm saying? That's where Russia's going to step in and say no. Right? Iran, Russia asked Iran to form a military alliance years ago. Iran said no. You see what I'm saying? And they know why they said no, because they knew they could handle it. All right. The only thing, like I said before, and I said this on this platform, when people are talking about, oh, Iran's going to get this, Iran going to get that, I said bullshit. And so said, so done. You see what I'm saying? And I said it before, the only thing America and Israel have over Iran is nuclear weapons. Right? But you can't use it. You can't use it. I see why Iran said, listen, we don't need a nuclear weapon, right? We don't need, the supreme leader said we don't need a nuclear weapons, and it's against Islam and we're not going to use it. You see what I'm saying? You cannot, if a nuclear weapon is dropped anywhere in the world, all hell is going to break loose. You see what I'm saying? Because if you drop a nuclear weapon on Iran, Pakistan next door is going to get it too, right? And they're going to fucking start launching all of the goddamn place. It'll take 2 seconds to demolish all of Israel. You see what I'm saying? Now, the AES is going to do the same goddamn thing. I'm telling you, right? And there's not, the American France is trying everything to stop the AES. They're trying everything, right? It's not working. All right. When they killed the brother last week, you see what I'm saying? That was them. That was them. They set all that shit up. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Sometimes death is good. We all gonna die. You see what I'm saying? How you live is the only thing that matters. How you live, because we all gonna die. If somebody know how to cheat that, please let me know. But we all gonna die. All right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That brother sacrificed his life. It was a martyr, right? What you do, you mourn, just like if your child died, you mourn the person, right? You mourn your child, but you move on with your life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that and that's what the AES is doing right now. Kendall, where those idiots occupy, they are surrounded. There's no escape for them. All right? And they are going to be killed. Right?
Let me
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I hear you. Bang, let me just
remember the war in America at Iran, right? When they unalived the supreme leader, right? You see how like people saw how Iran came together, right? And then quickly, adjust themselves. Then after that, they did what they're supposed to do to defend their own country, right? And then you saw how CNN did a report about 3 days ago, right? When they exposed what Iran actually did. But 5 weeks ago, CNN was telling you, oh, none of these bases were ever hit. You understand me, right? So later on, after like 2 months now, then they finally came out and they tell us exactly how well Iran did, to like all these bases around America, right? And then you saw.
No, they said this base was hit, but they didn't do no damage. That's what CNN, BBC was saying.
Exactly. But 3 days ago, CNN did a so-called investigation.
Not even a good one. Not even a good one.
When they finally told the American citizens, the actual truth, the damages it costs and everything, right? And then that's why you saw the Emir I forgot that country. They help out of the APAC. And then also the Saudis pull out of the sports investment as well. So
Yes.
people have to understand this, right? What the Aces are just done, right? The Sadio Kamara, right? What he did, he made sure the military was put together so well. When they had over 12,000 men and attacked it, the military did not collapse. They came back together, and then they took back the territories as well. And then Kadal, eventually, it's gonna happen. But to me, his job was his job was done well because the way the Malian military is compared to 5 years ago, it's not even the same no more. It's not even the same no more. So people have to understand is this, right? To just like how Iran, 6 weeks ago, the way the so-called Western media used to give us the news, right? Compared to right now. So let's look at it the next couple more weeks now. What are they gonna say about the AES now? I mean, Africans,
Exactly.
black people around the world, right? Look at how these 3 countries coming together, defending their land from different directions. They don't have to go to London. They don't have to, get a phone call from London. Washington, ain't got to call them. Paris ain't got to call them. They just do as they please for the better of their people.
Yeah.
This is unity in front of us. People, I don't understand. How can you not praise these countries? In a way, how can you not praise them?
Look, as long as the end goal is to, as long as the end goal is to develop their country and bring peace, and not oppressing the local population and bringing everyone in, and I'm all for it. As I always said, if they're using this to be authoritarian, oppressing and killing people and causing, all kind of genocidal, doing things that they are accusing terrorists of doing, then history
That's not
will
going to happen
actually
though,
judge
and
them
that's not
bad.
happening.
No, but I'm just saying, I know it's not good, and that's what I'm saying. History will judge them badly. But based on what we're seeing from here, these people need support, and sadly, they're not getting the support, from, the locally, they're not getting support from anywhere except the Russians at the moment. And if that's what if that's what works for them, we should support them. And I don't think they should box themselves into
Yeah,
one.
but these are also some of the reasons why they had to go after Iran right now. The AES was just getting ready to get together with Iran. You know that, right?
And I saw that you actually spot on because I saw the Iranian foreign minister. I think he was in Burkina Faso, right?
Right. They
He was there,
could
and he
imagine
was
those
trying to
two
help
getting
them out.
together. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would have been the solution. No, I honestly, this is why I always said, don't ever let any of these groups of people, whether they're Europeans or America, to tell you, you can only deal with me. I can only be your master. Don't do it, and don't get to a position where your country is in a mess where either you or your neighbor is going to go and seek help from another person to come and deal with just internal issue. Don't do that because it's a failure. Whether you're a
Exactly.
military guy or a civilian, if you cannot rule your country, you cannot rule the civilian the right way, to a point where they're actually running riot, killing each other, or oppressing the people based on whatever it is, then that's a failed state. And this is what we're going through in Africa. That's why we're still in poverty. This is why we are still where we are. Our leaders are just, not governing the country the right way. And also, we know we got external threats. We are not looking at that. We're too focused in the internal issue, not solving them. We're trying
You
to
see,
push
my
them
thing
under
is
the carpet.
but Al, let me cut you for a second. My thing is,
Yeah.
if other African countries plus the countries here in the West, if they truly believe that the AES countries are doing the wrong thing, right? Then leave them alone and let them fall in their face. Right? So since you want to prove a point, leave them alone. Let them fall in their face then. Just leave them alone. Let them fall in their face. It's the same thing with Cuba, right? Cuba, why 60 years of sanction? Just leave them alone. Let them fall in their face. You see what I'm saying? If you believe that, if you believe the AES is going to fall, are they doing the wrong thing? Are they then leave them alone. Just leave. Don't do nothing with them. Don't come together. The U.S. been trying back and forth with the AES for the past year. Why are you going there offering medical this and that? Why? Leave them alone. Let them fall in their face.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, but if they do leave them alone, you already know what's gonna happen now. So,
right. That's what I'm saying. Bang. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. You see, that's the whole point. Just like how you mentioned, right? Which 100% agree with you, right? 100%. And then also, right, when some people want to question the government leadership, right? Okay, look at how the citizens, the Malians as well, came out and chased these terrorists. There's thousands of videos on social media where you saw Malians, regular citizens as well.
Oh, they were taking out them terrorists, bro. They were taking them out.
Chasing his people. So if the citizens could put their own life in danger, that means now they love the government. I'm just being real, because at the end of the day, you can't buy it. There's certain things you can't buy. You can't buy that type of love. You cannot. I'm sorry. You cannot buy that. You cannot buy that. You cannot buy that at all. When I saw those videos, the way the citizens went after these people, you can't buy that. You cannot make that up. Money can't buy that. So people have to understand this. Money cannot buy that, because if the citizens did not like the so-called, juntas, right? They would have locked themselves inside and said, you know what? Go ahead, guys. Do your thing. But they did, though. They went out and then went after these guys. So I don't know. That's why
and that stupid 100%. Story that Dynus brought, right? He got it from the Western media, of course. That they were. I think 2 weeks ago, we talked about it. They made a deal with the terrorists, right? So they could bring fuel in. What kind of I mean, the stupidness.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They had the subject they're talking about. Ask them, are you guys crazy? The guy that they were the Russians and the fucking AES escorted them there.
There's a terrorist, right? That did that video, right? They said that Bamako is shut down completely, right? There won't be no fuel going through.
Right.
He posted a video. Guess after, a couple hours later, he was on the live. Couple hours later, he was on the live.
Yeah, because that's their plant. That's their plant.
During that time, you had over 800 trucks. Do you know what it's like? 800 trucks going through, and then these people cannot even touch one of them.
Yep.
Do you know what type of power?
But they got videotapes with the Russians flying over in the helicopters and stuff like that. People are not researching these things, man.
And then we still have black people coming up here and telling us the complete opposite.
Exactly. The complete opposite.
4 years ago, you never called Mali out of your name. You never called Burkina Faso out of your name or Niger. 4 years ago, you never did. You never did. Come on now, you never did. But why all of a sudden are we talking about it then? I mean, if you're not there physically, at least support in a different way.
Right.
Oh, come out cleanly where you stand at. If you stand there for us to be behind white people, just say it. Just say, guys, you know what? I believe that us black people, we should be behind white people. I would have more respect for you. But you don't want to come up here and try to persuade me. What I'm saying with the citizens.
I mean, the AES got support all the way in the Caribbean, bro.
Yeah, I know. I respect everyone's opinion. At the end of the day, that's just how it is. I mean, life is just like that. We can never all agree. But one thing for real, as long as we all agree.
But Al, we don't have to agree. Just tell the truth. Al, we don't have to agree. It's not an agreement thing. Tell the truth.
I hear you.
Do your research and tell the truth. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just like I did my research when I said what gonna happen with Iran and the US. I did my research. I listened to the correct people.
some of us will be West leaning, some of us will be Russia East leaning, some of us will be
but it
more
doesn't matter
central.
what you lean. The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The truth is the truth.
I agree with that also. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No doubt. Mm-hmm.
Right?
No doubt.
How come I couldn't find 20 people to believe me when I said what Iran is going to do to the US? I think it was only Bang was the only one.
Do you know what?
I think it was only Bang was the only. I told everybody what Iran was going to do, and so said, so done. How come I know that?
Tahaka, I give you that, man. You know, Bang wait. I'm gonna log out anyway. But you know what? Yeah, that's right. Tahaka, I give you that. I was here when he said it, and a lot of people think he was joking.
Right.
But he was 100% spot on.
Right.
And that's
because and it's not me saying it, you know. It wasn't me saying it, you know. It wasn't me. It's what I researched. I'm listening to CIA agents. I'm listening to ex-military.
Yeah, many people on the chat was writing rubbish as well, but
yeah, when I told them they was going to run out of missiles, run out of interceptor missiles, and they did.
I can. Where's Brandon at? Do you see him, Brandon?
Brandon, Hustle Smart, all of them dog me out. Man in the High Castle, every last one of them.
Afrodamus, do you see them?
Right? Even Dynasty didn't believe me when I told him exactly what was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened.
People don't understand when we tell them the world is changing. I keep telling
it's changing. Fucking Dubai, Emirates, they're dead. They're dead to the world. They're dead. They're no more. And Iran just helped Sudan. You know, Iran helped Sudan because they fucked up Emirates.
Exactly.
Okay? They fucked it. Iran is changing the world for everybody. Right? And although Russia didn't physically help Iran, oh boy, they got help. China, oh boy, they got help. And people not seeing what behind the scene is. Fucking Russia and China tell US and think that you do not get to use a nuclear weapon. Period. Okay? We're gonna fuck you. We're gonna get you. You do not get to use it.
If you want to be respectful in this world as a nation, you have to create your own. This is what I keep telling people in Africa. Create your own.
You have to. You have no choice.
If you attach yourself to these Westerners, you're gonna be a tool for them. You're gonna be a tool for them. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Create your own. Study and create your own.
And the more you give in to them, the more you love them, is the more they use you.
Thank you.
Okay? It's as simple as that. The more you give in to them, is the more they use you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have no love for you. So I told you before, America respects strength. Okay? America wish the AES leaders was on their side right now. I'm telling you. They respect strength. If they see weakness, they pounce on you. Okay? And that's the mistake they made with Iran. They saw a little opening. Listen, they fired every military U.S. generals that said, no, don't do it. Even vice president said, don't do it. Don't do it.
I forget about that too.
They fired all of them.
Yeah, those are a bunch of generals, man.
About 12 of them they fired. 12 of them they fired.
The last 2 months. Yeah, the last 2 months.
Tell them, don't do it.
Yeah, people don't talk about it.
Okay, don't do it.
But imagine, Icon. Imagine, right? If it was Assimi going to Ibrahim Traore or Abdulrahman Chani, right? Sacking his generals, right? Oh, then you're gonna have black people come up here. Oh, I told you these guys are blah 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 stuff like that. They're gonna find all type of ways to be just to talk down on these 3 countries, right? When Donald Trump and his so-called Defense Secretary of State, right? When they sack all these generals during the wartime with Iran, you don't hear these people saying the same thing. You don't hear them all. They're very quiet. They're very, very quiet. That's why sometimes I don't respect, people like that. I mean, you can have your opinion, 100%. You and I could go different ways. But when it's the opposite to what you support, say, okay, well, this will happen then. I was, and stuff like that. But don't come and use that same energy against the AES then if it was the same thing that happened. How can I respect you then? I can't respect you, man. But black people around the world, we need a nation where they could project power independently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these 3 countries within the next 10 years, no one will touch them.
Hopefully, other countries join them, come to their senses, and join them, bro.
No one will touch them.
Hopefully, they come to their senses. And guess what? If the AES changes, if they changes, right, and make changes to themselves, I don't think the AES would have no problem joining the ECOWAS. Not get rid of the AES, but join it because different. No, listen to what I'm saying. I said if their complete mindset change.
When I say ECOWAS,
Yeah, exactly. I know. I hear you talking.
I understand what you mean. I understand, but regardless of that, one of these countries eventually they're gonna join. But for right now, let these 3 countries, keep, what I'm saying, like keep developing, getting more stronger military-wise as well. Because at the end of the day, for you to have freedom, you have to have strength. Strength comes from military. Your military has to be very strong.
Didn't Chad and Togo sort of join?
No, they didn't. It was just more of like it was more of like pretended. You saw today, right? Ibrahim Traore. You saw all those equipments that was dropped off today too, just to fix their roads. You saw those equipments, right?
Oh, but by the way, the diaspora is there, right?
Oh yeah, I saw.
There's about 250 people there right now. African Americans, Jamaicans, all kind of people.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, they dropped. Yeah, they dropped about.
They all got their permanent residency.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He's definitely galvanizing support.
Look what's going on in South Africa. The black race does not have no respect. Look what's going on in South Africa. And Africa itself. The white man is laughing at us. We loving it.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not gonna lie. Since this thing happened in South Africa, what's going on? I'm embarrassed to even come out the main street, bro. I'm actually embarrassed. I live in the UK. I am actually embarrassed. Yeah, and these people can see it. It's online. They're laughing at us right now. They're just waiting for the day when they're gonna start dealing with us, so we can run to complain where we're gonna go. Listen, even in the
thing
UK,
is, there's plenty of South Africans in different countries in the West and in Africa. Nobody's telling them to leave or anything like that.
The issue is this now. These leaders that we have in these African countries, they don't care about protecting the black race. Because if they did, right, they could have easily shut down so many South African companies in Africa just to suspend them. Just to suspend them for like 24 hours. They could have easily done that.
But if that was a white man, they'd be like, "Oh, the white man this, the white man that." They're racist. This, that.
But most of those companies are white companies. Most of the South African companies are white companies.
But who is Taka? In all fairness, who's out in the street chasing black people?
But
black man.
Okay, Africa. I understand you. What I'm trying to say is, right? Even if it was black people chasing after black people in South Africa, right? We have leverage in all these African countries, especially West Africans. They could have easily sanctioned one of those companies for like 24 hours. They could have easily sanctioned.
The only leverage we have in West Africa in that scale.
No.
Let me just make my point, man.
Go ahead.
Hello?
My bad.
Yeah, that's right. The only leverage that we have in West Africa mainly is either, Nigeria. That's where you're gonna find big South African companies, and there's no way Nigeria is gonna defend, black people. And they just send flights over there. That's it. They're not gonna defend anything.
Okay.
That's
now
reality.
Let's just say, no. It's a reality because it proves that we don't have.
But I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna drop off anyway, guys. I got work in the morning.
All right, man. Take this up another time, bro. Take this up another.
Yeah, man. Love, yeah. I love that.
You too, man. Yeah, be safe.
Love.
It proves the point that we don't have respect for the black race, because if it was white people.
Yeah, finish that. We're gonna log off. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Starker is gone. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's about to.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, man. Take care. Yeah. All right.
All right, everyone. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.